We're ready right now. Okay, here we go. Welcome into the Arkansas Sports Network Media Days. I'm glad to have you along. My name is Brad Caldwell. I'm the general manager of the Arkansas Sports Network, and we are excited to kick off football season right here at Fayetteville High School. And we've got Coach Casey Dick of Fayetteville High School here, and we're going to have a conversation, and that's what we're going to be doing throughout the next week. We're going to be having conversations with several coaches throughout the state at many different locations, and we are excited to be doing that. Coach, I appreciate you joining me here. You see, I'm sweating, a little nervous maybe.
A little warm outside.
A little warm outside. I'll get it down. I got one of your players. Go ahead and bring it to me. Oh, look, it's a green towel. This should be fun, right?
It'll fill in with the backdrop.
There you go. What does this look like? Good. Except when I wipe my face off, right? Man, we're excited about this. Coach Dick, I want to say thank you for coming up here and joining us today here at Fayetteville High School. Get that out of the way there. Man, you've had a lot of success here at Fayetteville, and we just got done talking about you were being the quarterback here at Arkansas. I know you kind of downplay that a little bit. Believe it or not, I've met you before. You did it then too, so obviously you downplay that a little bit. But, what was that experience like, and what did you bring to the coaching profession from that experience?
I think the experience was, when you really look back on it, you're probably, at the time don't realize how fortunate you are, kind of how you guys were alluding to before we walked in the room, and just how special of a place, the University of Arkansas is. Obviously, I have a little bit of bias there just because of having to come here and play there and now coaching here. It's kind of a weird dynamic being that close to, the university now while coaching high school here in Fayetteville. So it's been an awesome experience to try to use some of those things that obviously got passed down to me with the position coaches and the head coaches I had, and just some of that knowledge and really just kind of the know-how of, obviously college sports has changed, but just having that backdrop or that background to really kind of fall back to and allude to, and really kind of help these guys out that want to go, experience that at any level, whether that's, Division I, Division II, Division III football, or just want to have, like I said, the opportunity to go do that. And just those connections that we have here, I think they're a little bit different from that aspect of, how close we are to the university and some of the connections with coaches and universities and other colleges out there that we do have that, I think our staff does an unbelievable job at exploring all avenues and opportunities for our kids to be able to have that experience of going and playing college football at any level. So that's something that we kind of take pride in is getting our kids really, to the level that we think they can fit into, but really just trying to provide them with an opportunity to make that whole experience for them better.
I think you covered it pretty well there. Good job. That was good. Let's talk about your team. You guys have had, like I said, a lot of success here as you with the head coaching position here at Fayetteville. Tell us what it is about your program that leads to that success year after year.
Well, I think number one, we're in a place in Arkansas that has unbelievable community support. Unbelievable administration support here at the high school, and then obviously that stuff kind of trickles down to us. Right. We have a wonderful building, a wonderful weight room, locker room. The setup and the things that are provided to us. And as I tell our kids every day, our job is to train, get ready to go, and provide everybody here that comes out and watches us on Fridays with a unique experience. And I think that we do that. I think our kids take pride in that. I think our kids take pride in really showing up and playing on Friday nights and really putting on the purple and going out and playing well. And we have great kids that understand, what we're asking them to do. But obviously, like I said, a great support system that comes in every single day for them and really kind of drop down from the top, the top down, to really provide them with a very awesome experience from when the time they get here to the time that they leave.
That's good again. I love it. You guys had a good, successful season last year. Didn't come out with the state championship like you did in 23, but came out with really that last game you guys played against Pulaski Academy is an all-timer. It was an unbelievable game. Tell us about your season last year, and tell us what you got coming back from last year.
Yeah, I think anytime you look at our roster, you see our roster, and there's probably averaging somewhere around 150 kids on it that are grades 10 through 12, and then there's roughly probably 80 freshmen that are in our program as well. So when you add those together, there's a lot of kids playing football here that we really take pride in. So really, one thing that we learned really quickly here was to make sure that we're developing depth at a very high level, which was something, as I told our guys and everybody my first year here, we probably didn't do a good job of that, is really developing depth all across the board. And I think that's something from that point on we've done a pretty good job of, is developing, not just our starters, but all those guys that are going to go in there and have the opportunity to play for us on those nights. And obviously last year was a little bit disappointing the way it ended. But, our kids, like I said, they bounce back. They're going to do a great job. We've got some key returning guys coming back. At the offensive line, there's 3 out of the 5 back that started. The 4th one obviously played a lot. At wide receiver, there's a lot of guys that got in there that contributed. Running back is back. Our quarterback, and Hank Hendricks, obviously moved in from the offseason. So he's done a great job as far as really getting acclimated with our team and really developing kind of that role and what we want that to look like for him, just because it's a little bit different when you're playing that position. And then, in the back end in our secondary, we got Kendrick and Cole Mobley and Charlie Garden, Brody Jones, and some younger kids that will step in and play for us that will do a really good job, that have showed, in the spring that they have what it takes. And, it's kind of our job from that point forward to really develop them. And at linebacker, it's probably the deepest that we've been in a while. Guys can really run, really understand, have a really good understanding of what we're wanting them to do defensively, but also an understanding of football. And Coach Harris has done a great job with our defensive line as far as developing and bringing those guys along, and really getting those guys up to speed and how we want those guys to play as well.
Tell us about your non-conference here. I know we'll get to the 7A West here in a minute, which I know I got to move through here pretty quick. But tell us about your non-conference and what you got coming up.
Yeah, we got Cabot comes here week 0 on the 28th, and then Broken Arrow, Oklahoma comes here as well. And then we go to Texas High. So you look at that non-conference schedule, there's some pretty stiff competition right there. All 3 of those schools traditionally have been really, really, a powerhouse. You look at what Broken Arrow has been able to do. You look at what Texas High has been able to do. The guys they have coming back, same thing with Broken Arrow. Know a couple of coaches over there that used to coach here, and they've done a great job of really going out and developing their players and doing a great job in the spring and getting some things implemented. So it's going to be a challenge, that non-conference schedule will, but that's kind of why we have it the way we have it, because we know in the long run it's going to pay off, and we want to get our guys introduced to playing at a certain level as well.
Tell us about the 7A West. I mean, it's brutal. I mean, every year it's brutal. What do you see out of the 7A West this year?
I think it's just gotten better from where it was. You look all across the board from – really every school. There's something that every school does really, really well. Obviously with Bentonville and West and Rogers and Springdale and Heritage and Harbor, I think it starts at the top for those guys, and they've got great head coaches that do a great job of implementing and putting things in that fit their kids, which I think is kind of unique in this day and age in football, in that, everywhere you're going to go to a different place and the system's a little bit different that fits their kids. But they've got great coaches, and I think you look at what those schools have been able to do, what we've been able to do as a conference, over the years. Obviously, you look at Bryant, and they're up there on kind of a pedestal. Everybody's trying to knock them off right now, but just super proud of the job that really every team has done.
That we're going to talk to, or are they all 4 going to talk?
Yes.
Okay.
If you need them to.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's do it. Introduce the first 2.
Yeah, we got Kendrick Williams, returning DB for us. Played last year. Obviously, great players, elite ball skills. Committed to Arkansas for those guys as well. We got Caleb Johnson, senior returning running back that will be back for us. That's had a great spring, a great summer. Gotten a couple of schools and a couple of offers over the summer. So we're proud to have these 2 guys come represent us first.
Have them come on in. Thanks, Coach. He's just sitting over there. Go ahead and let him come on in, Coach. You're done, man. You're good. You're good. We'll bring in the next 2 here in just a moment. All right, so we got Kendrick Williams, Caleb Johnson here. You guys see what's going up there? What do you think about that? Can you hear him? I can't hear him. Oh. Here, we'll get you switched out in just a second. Caleb Johnson, can I hear you?
Yep.
Yeah, all right, we're good. Caleb, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Being one of the smaller guys at running back, always got to outwork everybody I go against. And
He's going to get you a new headset there.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Probably looking back to being a kick returner this year.
Okay.
In the back. I had one last year against Northside. I think it was like 94 yards.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay. All right. So is that something you enjoy doing? You enjoy kick returning?
Yes, sir.
You're a weapon there. I can see that. You don't even have to tell me that, and I can see that. Tell me a little bit about just playing here at Fayetteville as a program.
Getting to play with all my friends, since like young and stuff. It's really fun, having fun, playing hard, and having a good season with the team.
Okay. What is a good season here at Fayetteville? What does that mean? What is it, state championship or bust? Is it we got to make the playoffs, we got to win the conference? What is the goals? And I probably should ask Coach Dick this, but I guess you can tell us, Caleb.
Well,
what are the goals when you said in the off season?
Well, obviously, we want to win the state championship, but it's all about having fun. Hopefully we get to playoffs. Make the finals, make it to state, and maybe we win it. That's really the main goal.
Were you a part of the team 2 years ago that won it?
Yes, sir.
Well, what was that feeling like?
Being a sophomore on varsity, definitely, everybody's a little bigger, a little stronger, but, you just got to go out there and play. All
right. Kendrick Williams. Nothing. Still got nothing. Do we not have any? We should have more headsets, do we not?
No, they just messed up on us.
Here, switch headsets with them. This is what you get when you're the first team up here. This is how it works when you're the first team. You kind of get all the bugs. And anyway, Kendrick, you're committed to the Razorbacks.
Yes, sir.
What went into that thought?
So really, I got a big family. So I got 3 little brothers and I got one older brother, and I just want to be close to my family, but also like playing at the highest level at SEC. Obviously,
sure.
I wanted to play in the SEC, of course. So. It was just the best fit for me.
Let's see you looking at that. What do you think about that?
It's pretty cool.
Pretty neat, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
What's it like? I mean, like you said, you're close here. You got family here. You literally have a SEC program within walking distance. Not everybody has that advantage. Tell us a little bit about. Do you think that was an advantage to you when it came to getting an opportunity?
Most definitely. I'm already I go over there all the time, watch practice. I'm really close with all the coaches, so
sure.
Building that relationship with those guys, and then even the players, I know a lot of them. I hang out with them sometimes, so it's good for me. But right now I just got to focus on our team.
Sure.
When I get over there, I'll get over there.
So, what do you do well for the Fayetteville Purple Dogs?
Yes, sir. Really, I like to look at myself as like a. I'm good with covers. I can go guard somebody, and if another team has a good athlete, a good receiver, put me on them. I'll guard them. Brody will guard them. So I'm a good leader too. Talk to my guys a lot. So on the field, I like to encourage people and pick them up. So
what's going to be a successful season for Fayetteville this year?
Man, I hope we just come out here. Everybody does well. We all succeed, and I just want to win games and go to state. Win the championship. That's the ultimate goal.
It's the ultimate goal. All right, you got 2 of your other guys in here. Let's bring those guys in as well. Give them an opportunity. All right, you guys are going to have to introduce yourself. We got caught a little off guard with this one. That's all right though. We're glad y'all are here. You both got volume?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Do we not have a headset in there somewhere? Surely.
Here.
Oh, maybe. It'll be a miracle. It'll be a flat miracle.
Check.
Oh, my goodness. We got it now. All right. Tell me who you guys are.
I'm Matthew Ekman. I am a senior offensive lineman.
Okay.
I'm Grayson Jerry. I'm a senior nickelback.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to talk to the big fella first.
All right.
You guys don't get a lot of pub, and it really that's offensive line across the board. Mm-hmm. But me being as astute as I am coaching 4th grade football, I know one thing about football, and that's if you don't have an offensive line, you don't have anything.
Yeah.
So tell me about what's it like playing the offensive line here at Fayetteville High?
Playing for the offensive line here at Fayetteville it's a great thing. I mean, Coach Wood, he's a great coach. He really helps everyone progress. I mean, all of our linemen, I'm the only one who's ever transferred in here, so he's done a great job at developing players from freshman year all the way up until their senior year. I mean, I feel like as an O-line, we're also very connected. I feel like we're a very tight group. We all are close with each other, and just it helps on Friday nights. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
You got. I'm telling you, I know this. I know it sounds funny when I say it, and it was a little facetious, but really, when you get down to it, if you can't block anybody, you can't do anything, and that is it is very important. And I just don't think enough emphasis is put on the offensive line when it comes to football. I mean, I think if coaches know it. If you know the game, you know it. I think part of it is it's hard to understand what the offensive line is doing.
yeah,
It's
for
complex,
sure.
is it not?
Oh, it is for sure. I mean, the assignments, it just goes over people's heads. Everyone
Right.
wants to be a wide receiver growing up, or wants to be a running back,
Quarterback,
so they know what. So that's all they look at when they're on
Right.
when they're watching TV. So no one knows what they're looking at when they look at O-line.
Look at the
So,
ball. Look
yeah,
at the ball.
of
Everybody
course.
looks at the ball. They don't look at what happens before the ball. I agree with you there 100%. Grayson, tell me a little bit about what you do here for Fayetteville.
I play nickel, so I'm kind of like the way we're playing it this year. I'm kind of like a safety, like as in the safeties are over me, and I'm just like a little bit under them. So I play coverage. I like to say that I tackle good. I can I feel like I'm a pretty good open field tackler.
Yeah.
I kind of do.
Well, let me
everything.
ask you this. Would Coach Dick say the same thing?
I think you will.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So you're basically a third safety. You're kind of a hybrid linebacker safety type of guy.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people when you think of Fayetteville, I'm not going to lie to you, think about offense. I mean, really, when you think about Fayetteville, and I'm talking about over the years. I remember when Zach Clark was the quarterback here many moons ago. It was offense. Don't think about the defense much when you think about Fayetteville. Tell us a little bit about the defense of Fayetteville High.
I think our defense is amazing. We bring something special. We aren't always the biggest guys out on the field, but what we make up in size, we make up for in speed. So it's like we just have something that not a lot of people are ready for to defend, because in football you always ready to defend some big old guys, but not everybody's ready to defend the fast guys. So
Right.
It brings something different that people aren't used to.
Here's another thing I know about football, coaching fourth grade football. I promise you, I'm not going to talk about fourth grade football all week long. But my experience from coaching fourth grade football is this. You can't be a good football team unless you're willing to hit, unless you're willing to be physical. What's it like on that side of the ball? You know, you got the Texas Highs and the 7A West. You get into playoffs, and you got to play somebody out of the Central. I mean, it's every week.
Yeah, we hear these big names and all that and who's going to come up to us, but I feel like us as a defense, like we've never really been scared, and whoever we get put in front of us, we're going to go 100% no matter what.
100%. That's it. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go here in a minute. We're supposed to have another team walking through that door here pretty quickly. Tell us, what will it mean to you? What will a successful season mean to the Fayetteville Purple Dogs? What will it be? How do you make it successful this year?
I think we make it successful by just doing the best that we can. I feel like we have very much the potential to go to state and win it all. So I feel like if we perform to what I know we can perform to, then we'll be good.
Yeah, I'd say the big goal, I mean, obviously for everyone, it's to win the state championship. I mean, but there's a lot of different little goals that you have to first achieve before you can get there. So I think it's taking it one step at a time, achieving those little goals, and then overall you'll hopefully end up getting the big goal. So
that's the beautiful thing about football. You get one game a week. You prepare, you strategize, and if something happens and it doesn't go right, guess what? You get to gather yourself again, turn around, try to make it happen again the next week. That's what football is all about. Guys,
right.
I appreciate you. Appreciate Fayetteville, Coach Casey Dick, for coming in here. I appreciate you, man, for coming in here and doing this. And we're supposed to have Springdale Harbor coming in anytime soon. So, guys, thank you guys for coming in and talking with us. All right. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to keep this thing going here, and we may, this is kind of with it being a live event as it is, it's going to be a little bit off and on today as we wait for one team to come in. I know that Charleston is also supposed to be here at 10:40. So we may take a few breaks. Bill's going to get on with us as well. Carson, you can jump in here as well.
No, you can't because I've got the work.
He's got the other microphone.
Surely,
I don't know if that'll
is
work.
this Harbor coming in right now?
We have somebody coming in. We have some graphics that we need to update. Harbor is coming in.
Harbor's coming in.
Let's go ahead and wrap this one up. We'll go ahead and update some graphics and restart the stream.
Hit our supporters.
Well, let's do that. Let's keep the stream going.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to bumper it.
If we've got a huge break, we'll.
I'm just going to bumper it. That's
let's
Just make sure we update the description then.
Okay, there you go. Yes, let's do that. So let's go ahead. Let's get them situated. Coach Dannenauer, come on in. Let's start with you. Yeah, we'll be back here in just a moment. Hang tight with us.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
of Northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta, we're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is Hometown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hometown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
All right, welcome back into the Hometown Sports Volume 2 Media Days here on the Arkansas Sports Network. Glad to have you along. We've got another team coming in here. That is Springdale Harbor. And Coach Dannenauer, thank you, man, for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate you guys coming in. And, man, you are an experienced coach in the 7A West, but this is your first year as a head coach. Tell us a little bit about that move that comes from Bentonville to, just a few miles down the road.
Well, yeah, it's exciting. That's for sure. It's an exciting move. I'm excited about this opportunity. I first got my some people know this, some people don't, but I got my first start as a coach at Harbor High School under Chris Wood back in 2007. And so for me, it was kind of like coming back home. It was a job that I always knew if I ever had the opportunity for, I want that job. I want to go back to Harbor. And so it's been exciting and it's been fun. The kids have been great. The culture there is great, and we're kind of, just building on it and making it better, There's a lot of tradition.
That's what I was going to get to. There is a lot of tradition there now, not as much as recent past, but, Chris Wood, as you mentioned, has had several successful teams there at Harbor. After the split, of course, that, the 2005 Springdale 5 and all of that, the legendary team, and after that it was the split. But since that time, Harbor has probably been the most successful of the Springdale teams. Now, I know Coach Hobbs might bristle at that, but at least across the board, Harbor's been the one that's been a little more successful. But as of recent, and, I guess they've had two coaches. Well, you're the third in the last 2 years, right? Meaning
second, yeah. Total, yes.
Right. They had two coaches 1 year apart, and then you. So, anyway, but tell us a little bit about that, what you bring from Bentonville, what you take from Bentonville to bring to Harbor.
Well, I think first of all, too, like you said with the history.
Yes.
When I was there in 07, we were the state runner-ups, and then in 09 they won a state championship. Mm-hmm. And so, one thing is we started spring ball too, I always tried to bring back around a lot of those alumni. I want those guys to come out, and some of them got to share with the team after practices about, what Harbor means to them and just kind of the importance of what they've learned and just trying to bring that spirit and that culture back to this program, and I think that's, what I take from Bentonville is truthfully just all the things that we've led up to that. I was under Coach Lunny for the long time, right? A Hall of Fame high school head coach, and, Jody Grant was another good one. I've got to learn a lot of things. I think the biggest thing is building a program, capturing kids' hearts and doing it the right way. We talk about being a champion isn't just something you do here and there. It's everything. It's who you are,
right.
And that engulfs into your program. We're trying to just build that overall structure, overall program, and bring back the tradition of what Harbor is, and so that's kind of what we're doing.
No, that sounds pretty good to me. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to come play for you right now.
We'll see.
I don't know if I qualify or not, but
you might have a few snaps left in you.
Maybe a two, maybe. But I find getting older is not fun.
That's very true in that.
Anyway, so let's talk about the 25 team. Obviously, you haven't gotten a chance to coach a game at Harbor yet, but what is your outlook? What do you think? Because let's be honest with you. You know this as well as I do. You guys have your hands full in the 7A West.
Yes.
What some people would consider a bad team in the 7A West can go down, into the 6A or 5A and win a lot of ball games. So it's not like you play bad teams. You play teams that may not stack up as well in the 7A West, but you've got your hands full.
Yes. Yeah, no, we do have our hands full. Our first four games are going to be pretty big. I mean, you go to our non-conference with Broken Arrow, who got a new staff, and all you hear about is all the new kids that are moving in there, and then we have Farmington, who's a really good 5A team.
Yes.
And then we have Greenwood coming back home. That'd be great. And then we open up with our first conference game at Bentonville, home again with Bentonville coming into town.
Right.
So, and then you continue to go throughout our conference. The biggest thing, and this is what we've talked about with our influencer group and as our goals as a team right now, is that we want to focus on our non-conference and win our non-conference, whatever that looks like. And then from there, we want to host a home playoff game. We want to win enough games and do what we do and get this program back on the map and host a home playoff game and become a family. And that's where we're starting with this thing.
Start from the ground up, foundational, and that's what
right.
you're doing right now. You're laying a foundation.
Yes, sir. Trying to
for a program here. I'll ask you this, and then I'm going to ask the kids this as well. So I'd like to hear what you say and what they say.
It'll be interesting.
What is it that will make this season for Harbor a successful season?
I think and they may say something different, I would hope that the biggest thing we do, and we've talked about this a lot as we come together as a family. I think building that culture of loving to play football for all the right reasons and to play hard together as a family, it takes care of a lot of the other things.
Right.
That is success in my eyes right now.
Okay. I like it. All right, let's get a couple of your players and introduce the first two you're going to bring in.
All right, so the first two we're going to bring in offensive guys. We're going to bring in Jack Gilder, who's a senior tight end, and Austin Sandoval, a wide receiver, a senior wide receiver.
Okay, senior wide receiver.
Yeah.
So Jack Gilder
am I handing the thing to him? I'm getting out of the way.
You're done.
I like it. That's better.
That's easy. All right.
That's right.
Yes, that one right there. I think so. Did we get the kinks worked out of it there? Yeah, I think so. All right. Yeah, give me a check here. You good?
Check.
All right, we're good. All right, guys, what do you think about this? I mean,
I think it's interesting.
This is cool. Right? This is what we do. This is the way we do things. This is a little different. This guy over here, these two guys, you got a guy back there. They have a lot to do with it. They like to try to make me look good. That part is almost impossible, but I do have some cool shoes though, right? I mean, that's one thing about it. I do wear the Jordans around a lot. All right, guys, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Introduce yourself to the state.
I'm Austin Sandoval.
Yeah, Austin Sandoval.
Senior.
Yes.
Senior tight end.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the experience that you guys have had. Coach Dannenauer now, you're getting to know him a little bit. Tell us a little bit about him and what you've learned from him so far since he's been over.
So, first impression whenever Coach Dannenauer came and introduced himself to our team, it was very good energy. First thing he said to us was I'm going to have your back. You got to have we have to have his back. And I felt like it was a really good start. It was a really good, first impression. And honestly, it's one of the best coaches, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It's high marks already, Coach. You just haven't been there long enough. That's the thing. You haven't been here long enough. Or what about you, Jack?
Same thing. Great impression, and he was more of a loving coach instead of a hard coach and hard old school coach, which I think is great.
Yeah. Well, you're a tight end. He played some offensive line. I mean, you got to have a little bit of a connection there, right?
I think the tight end room's great. We have a great connection.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Bring that mic up to your mouth just a little bit there. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So let's talk to you guys. I mean, you guys have been through a little bit here. It's been a lot of transition here. What has kept you with it? That's probably when you have that kind of changeover like you've had over the last 3 years throughout your high school careers, I would say, well, why are you with it? Why do you keep doing it?
I just love football, and we all play together. So if you leave, it's kind of like abandoning the guys you played with since youth. And so I just want to stick with my team and play with them.
There you go.
That's the same thing for me. I love the sport of football. It keeps me on my toes, and I feel like it's making me a better person. And I can't give up on my brothers.
Man, it teaches life lessons. There's no doubt. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. in life, when you get out of school, you get out of the bubble. Now, college, you're probably still in the bubble a little bit, but when you get out of school, and you get into life, you get out of your bubble, and you find out what toughness means and how, because, listen, everything's not going to go your way. It's not. And so you got to be tough to be in life, and obviously you got to be tough to play football as well. Tell us what a successful season for Harbor looks like.
I think a successful season is winning conference and then having a home playoff game like Coach D said, but I think beating the teams that we couldn't last year and having a winning record.
Okay.
I agree with that. Seeing the improvement from last year, like the tough games that we might have dropped. I want us to bounce back and kind of bring it home this year.
All right. Well, guys, let's get your defensive guys in here. Appreciate you guys for coming in. So did you go for the Penn State look on purpose? Is that what your jerseys have always been? Is the kind of the Penn State? I like it.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Sharp. It's what football jersey is supposed to look like.
Yep, thank you.
All right, tell us who you are. Introduce yourself to the state. We only have 100,000 followers. Don't be too nervous.
My name is Cannon Costa. I play safety at Harbor, and I'm a senior.
My name is Jake Adams, and I'm a senior, and I play linebacker.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to kind of go along the same lines of questioning that I went with Fayetteville. Is a lot of times when you think about Harbor, you think about offense. I mean, throughout the history of Harbor, Coach Chris Wood, he was a guru. And there's a lot of games that, just off the top of my head that I can remember, a lot of 70-point games and all that. You don't think about defense as much. So tell us how you guys are going to flip that script.
I definitely think that defense will bring a lot more energy this season. We got a new defensive coordinator, so I'm really excited to play with him and play with my new defense.
Yeah, I think we're all in the same head, and we're all playing with each other. It's great. Yeah,
same page, yeah.
So you're all on the same page. Football's about togetherness. Yes. You cannot have one guy pulling one way and 10 guys pulling the other way and be successful. You've got to have them pulling together, all 11. So that's a good thing. You know, I love these things because everybody's enthusiastic right now. You know, everybody's won every game before they've even played, you know. But I'm going to ask you guys, what will it be for you to have a successful season? What will it mean to be successful at Harbor this year?
I definitely think family, like coming all together, never leaving your teammates back. If someone has like a bad rep, you help them up and then do it again.
Yeah, I would say if one player plays for themselves, that's not good. I'll say if you should play for your team.
Everybody playing for
everyone play for
each other. I like it. Yeah. I like it. Springdale Harbor, thank you guys for joining us here.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you. I hate to go so fast. We got a team that's back here that's actually not even their time yet. We're waiting on another team, but we might just go ahead and bring them in. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you so much.
All right, Springdale Harbor, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming. All right, let's go to a break real quick. Appreciate you joining us again. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, Tyson Foods, and Metcalf Trucking for making this possible. We'll be back in just a moment.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Of Northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta, we're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is Hometown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hometown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
And welcome back into Fayetteville High School as we've got yet another team coming in here. This time it's the Lamar Warriors, Coach Josh Jones. Coach, I have to say that I feel a little kinship with you because since I've been doing this, I've been talking to you. It's been 2018, I think now. Golly, 7 years at this. And, man, I'm excited to be here with you talking some Lamar Warrior football.
You bet. It's good to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man. So, tell us a little bit about Lamar. Let's talk about who do you got coming back from last year?
Yeah, we got quite a few guys coming back. At right tackle will be Gage Goodman. He's moving over from guard. Destin Price at center, and just a lot of guys that might have been in a little bit different spot that moved, but a lot of experience coming back. Kaz Karatz will be a running back, and Eli Jones started a wide receiver last year and probably move over to quarterback. So, a bunch of good guys. It's a good core group, and we're looking forward to a good season.
You know that Eli Jones guy?
Yeah, it's he doesn't get away with much. I tell you, I had him, I'd bring him in and make him work out every morning during basketball and baseball season.
Yeah.
And so he's put in a lot of work, and hopefully they'll pay off.
Well, you guys always do a good job at the offensive line. That's one thing that I've noticed about you. Your physicality is usually pretty good there, but I also know that playing in the league that you play in, you better be physical or you're not going to win very many games.
That's it, and that's something that we've preached over from last year to this year, which we ran more of a spread offense last year, and we had the people to do that. With Caleb Green being a 3-year starter at quarterback, he did a good job with the spread stuff. But this year we're going to be under center, and we'll throw it if we need to.
Yeah. Now let me think here. Was it the you got the double wing? Is that what you were running? Yeah, you've won.
It's a combination of a double wing, flex bone.
Right.
It's kind of just a little bit of mix all that wing T stuff.
Right. So tell us a little bit about your 4A4, and you guys are in an interesting position. I find this interesting, the way Arkansas sports plays, where Lamar's a 4A football team but a 3A everything else team. And I know that there are some schools that benefit from that. Lamar is not one of them.
No, it's we beat a state semifinal team that was 3A last year.
Yes.
And finished 5-5 on the season.
Right.
And so if we're 3A, we may be playing for a state championship last year.
Right.
Instead of a 500 team. But it's tough. A lot of times we have a really good team.
Yeah.
But we're playing in a conference that Dardanelle has the best team that they've ever had. Clinton has the best team they've ever had. And then you have perennial powerhouses like Ozark that they got a new coach and he's fired up and he's going to have them ready to go. So then you have Mena.
Right.
Sit there at Mena where they go finish second in the conference last year.
Right.
And so it's just a really tough. It's
Yeah.
a really tough conference.
It really is. Pottsville, that's a team that we have a lot of a relationship with. They're always there too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's no such thing as out-coaching people in this conference. You
Right.
have some of the best coaches in the state in our conference.
It's out-executing, right? I mean, that's really what it boils down to,
That's
right?
it. You better play well and not make mistakes.
That's right. That's right. Hey, and I feel like you do a pretty good job with your team. And I'm saying this from my perspective.
Sure.
You may disagree, but I feel like you do a pretty good job with your team in getting your team to do those things. What is it about what you do with your team to keep them from making those types of mistakes?
Well, you keep it kind of, you had to say, but you keep it kind of simple and you rep things so much that it's automatic. They don't even have to think about it. They just go, because in football, if you start thinking, then you're behind.
Yes.
You just got to play and you got to react and it's got to be instinct and just go.
Yeah, I like it. You got 5 kids here. I need to get them in here. Introduce the first 2 that you're going to bring in.
You bet.
Here.
Let's Cass Crotts be a running back for us and Brandon Grice, linebacker, fullback.
All right. Coach, thank you for coming in. We got Charleston and Lamar flip spots. So Lamar is here, Kaz Crotts and Brandon Grice joining me here. Let's talk some Warrior football. I know you more from the basketball court than I do from the football field, but tell us a little bit about your experience with Lamar Warrior football.
It's just great experiences. I mean, you can only talk good about it. Just really bettering personality. I mean, I know you know me from the basketball court, but I've always considered myself a football player growing up.
Yeah.
Coach Jones, great. I mean, football player, yes. I mean, he's going to develop us football, but it's really a mental thing. He's making me a better person, growing up person, better leadership.
Right.
Just overall, I can only say good thing about Lamar football. I'm sure everybody here can agree.
Now, last year you guys had a little bit of a down season compared to what you have in the past, which I've talked a little bit to Coach Jones about that, and I think he had some contributing factors. I'm sure that you guys have those. We'll keep those to ourselves here, but I think you guys kind of getting back to what you know with that more of a power offense, double wing type of offense, flex bone, that sort of thing. More of a smash mouth style of football. I think that fits the Lamar Warriors. What do you think, Brandon?
I agree. I think you just gotta
bring that mic up to your mouth there.
We gotta run the ball and dominate.
There you go. That's it right there. Run the ball and dominate. I love that. I mean, that's how it is. I mean, listen, football is about a mentality as much as anything, and if you've got the right mentality, you can win games. But as we said earlier, you guys play. I mean, the 4A4, I don't know the 4A4 gets the respect that it deserves. It's a tough league. I mean, you guys, as he said, you guys beat a state semifinalist in the non-conference in 3A last year, and you're finished 5-5 in the 4A in football. And like I said, you know this as well as I do. You play 3A basketball. It's a little different than playing 4A football. Tell us what you see week in and week out with the 4A4.
Oh, man, it's just mentally draining. I mean, you get off of a week of a Dardanelle week, and then you got to play Mina, and it's just you got to prepare yourself every week. It's something different. Every week you got to prepare yourself like it's a state championship. I mean, it's completely different from 3A, and I mean we benefit from it, by when we play those 3A teams, but we got to better ourselves to be able to beat the 4A in the hard competition and practice week in, week out. Like we have to win the state championship every single week because that's just how it is in 4A4.
Tell me a little bit real quick so I can get your other guys in here. What will it mean to you guys? What will be a successful season at Lamar this year?
One where we all stay together, remembering each other after the season, but also obviously you want to win. We just want to obviously better than 5-5. We got to make the playoffs. Once we're in the playoffs, anything can happen. I mean, we're a team that known Lamar. Once you're in the playoffs, we'll work hard to win it, beat every team we play.
Brandon, what do you think, man?
We just got to go out and play. Like, there's no – we got to win. We got to win. It's got to be a mindset. It can't be a we got to practice hard every week.
There you go.
There's no sleeping, especially, like you said, in our division. Like, you cannot sleep on teams.
Right.
And
hey, listen, even I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but Dover, for instance, Dover got Coach Mark King in there. I promise you, those guys are going to play hard. I promise you that. He's one of the best. I mean, the 4A4 is a very tough conference. Let's get a couple more guys in here. You guys traveled all the way from Lamar to Fayetteville. Let's get you guys up here. Who's my next two coming in here?
Gage and then Eli Jones.
All right, Gage and Eli. Now, I know Eli a little bit. Don't really know you, but I definitely know who your daddy is, so I know you. Right?
Mm-hmm. It's always fun having your dad as the coach.
Right. Well, yeah, right.
He doesn't put up with anything.
What about at home?
It's more like we don't try to talk about football at home. He needs to have a little break.
There you go. I like that. I mean, you got to have a little break. You could be a son at home. That's actually a good thing that you guys can do that. That's a good thing. And Gage, what's your last name? Goodman. Gage, you're a big old boy.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, what's your size?
6'3", 290, roughly.
Not bad.
It's going to be fun to run behind him.
There you go. What position you play?
Right tackle.
So as I've said before, I was talking with Fayetteville, and you can attest to this being the quarterback now. Mm-hmm. If you don't have an offensive line, you don't have anything. I mean, that's really the truth. Now, you got to have a good defensive line too. People don't look at that. They watch the ball. They see what happened with the ball, which, I mean, that's the great thing about football is it takes all 11 to make a play work and to make it successful. But if you're up front and you stink up front, you're not going to be very good.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel good for you because you got this fella in front of you here. Mm-hmm. Tell us what it's like to move from quarterback or from wide receiver to quarterback. What's that been like?
Well, it's definitely been an experience. I know I kind of miss a little bit, like getting to run more routes and all that. This quarterback, like, you get to touch the ball every time, and it's like trying to be more of a leader at receiver because you got the whole team behind you. Like, the play can't start without the quarterback.
Sure.
And, like, you got to make sure you get the snap right.
Everybody's got to get lined up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make sure everybody gets lined up.
You got to make sure you call the right plays.
Yeah, exactly. Communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a big deal. It's a lot different than playing wide receiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I saw, and let me see if I can pull your stats up here last year. Let's see here. We had you had 42 receptions, 590 yards, and 8 touchdowns, along with 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. That's not too bad. But this year you get to be a little bit more involved.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a good thing, right?
Yeah, especially when I'm going to have Gage behind me, our center, Destin. He's really tall, really big.
Right.
I don't know. He's about, what do you say, like 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah.
Pretty tall, weighs like 200-something. So it'll be good running behind him.
Tell me about physicality. I know that it's been, I guess it was 2019, I think, and you guys were little at that time, but I remember watching that offensive line in 2019 for Lamar, and I thought, That's one physical offensive line. Their physicality, I've got to think that Coach Jones teaches that.
Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit?
We got a couple more coaches. But
Right. Well, I'm saying in general. Coach, he's the guy, so it comes down from him. So there's got to be a little bit of emphasis on physicality, right?
Yeah, mostly.
And you guys are you looking forward to going back to that run style offense?
Yeah.
I mean,
I like hitting people. So.
Right. Pass it when you have to. I like it. Tell me what a successful season will be for Lamar this year.
We have a lot of goals this year. Like one of them, like beating certain teams, like making the playoffs, making it far into the playoffs, and like as a team, like actually playing as a team, everybody liking each other. Last year, it was a good team. There was like a couple of like people like arguing together, but if like we all come together, work as a team, like have great leaders. I think this year, like excellent leaders. I know Gage,
right?
Kaz, Brandon, they're excellent. We got one, Caleb, he's coming up.
Yep.
We just got to keep him healthy all year, and so I think this year it's going to be great.
All right. What do you think?
I think as long as we don't throw that ball.
If you don't have to throw it, then I guess you're winning a lot of games, right?
Run behind Gage, run behind Gage, run behind Gage.
Oh, there you go. That's easy game plan, right? All right, guys, let's bring in your other guy here. I don't want anybody to come all this way and not talk, so let's bring him in.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming up. All right, give me your name, or let everybody know your name. Introduce yourself to the state of Arkansas.
My name is Caleb Sanderson. I'm the left guard for Lamar. Senior this year.
He looked right into the camera and did it. I like it. Caleb, what do you think about Lamar football? What's it like? You're a senior. You've been through this thing a long time now. Tell me what it's like.
Absolutely love it. It's a big family mentality. You're here for everybody. And as long as you put in your hard work and your dedication, that's all that really matters.
I like it. We talked a little bit about just the tough slate that you guys have week in and week out. I mean, your Dardanelle, as he said, Dardanelle's going to have one of their better teams. You've got Ozark out there, always a good ball club. Clinton, tough. Mena, tough. Pottsville, tough. I mean, this is no easy task, but Lamar's not too bad themselves.
Oh, no, definitely not. But I'm looking forward to it this year. It's going to be a lot of good ball games, a lot of close ones, but I know for sure we're going to win.
All right, there you go. I know for sure we're going to win. That's good confidence there. Hey, look, if you don't have confidence in your team and being out there together, then there ain't no reason for you to go out there, right? I mean,
exactly.
If you don't think you can win, then you're not going to win.
If you go out there 100%, you're going to play 100%. But if you go into a ball game and you're just dreading it, and you're like, oh, these guys are tough, these guys are all that, you're not going to win that game.
Right.
You need to go in there level-headed, and you know you need to win, and you're going to win.
Football ain't for the scared, is it?
No, definitely not.
I love it. Hey, man, we got to get Charleston in here. Appreciate you coming in. Thanks to Lamar for coming in, coming all this way. I appreciate you guys for coming up. And we're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to get settled. We got the Charleston Tigers coming up here in a moment. You're watching the Hometown Sports Volume 2, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Of Northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta. We're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is Hometown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hometown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Carson Ward here for Arkansas Sports Network, and I'm joined today by Coach Ricky May, the head coach of the Charleston Tigers. Coach May, good to have you here with us today. Want to talk a little bit about your season and your team. Tell me a little bit about something that we might see that's new this season, some guys that you are expecting to do well this year that maybe we didn't see last season, or just some things that are new that we might not have seen from Charleston last season.
Well, hopefully going deeper in the playoffs is our goal. We lost a lot of games by 3 points or less. We felt like we underachieved. Definitely defensively we weren't very good, and so hopefully we got those things fixed.
So tell me a little bit about your schedule here. Looks like you guys will start with Pottsville on your official schedule. Tell me a little bit about your schedule, why you scheduled your non-conference games the way you did, and then tell me a little bit about going into conference, what you're expecting this season.
Well, the reason we schedule everybody that's good is that helps us. We don't get any better by playing people that aren't very good. Pottsville beat us by 3 last year, and Ozark beat us by 1. We feel like that's going to make us better. For our conference, we feel like our conference is probably the best one in 3A with Mansfield and Boonville in it. And then, Lavaca is always going to put a good product out. Everybody that we play is going to be ready to play us. Scheduling the way we schedule makes us better for that opportunity.
Tell me a little bit about the community in Charleston. Obviously, you guys are a
a smaller school, pretty tight-knit community, like most of the smaller schools in the 3A and 2A and size schools with that size. So tell me a little bit about the community at Charleston and what this football team means to them.
Well, it's not just football; it's anything athletics, man. They jump in on academics the same way. They like winners, and everything we do, we try to do with class and present that to them. We underachieved last year, and they were still there supporting us. Drove all the way to Osceola. Can't say much better than that. Any given Friday night in Charleston, Arkansas would be a good time to probably for people to rob houses because everybody's at the game.
So tell me a little bit about the expectation for the Charleston Tigers in football. Is that something that changes year to year, or is it something that you try to stay consistent with?
Well, it was very consistent before I ever got there. Been a lot of great coaches there that have went above and beyond what anybody else could have done, and have set expectations for the rest of us. And so our expectation every year is to, win the conference and aim for the state championship every year. And anything less than that there is, kind of looked down on.
Talk to me a little bit about maybe some of your games you're looking forward to this year. Boonville is a big one. So just tell me a little bit about maybe outside of that game, what you guys are looking forward to, maybe some that you have specifically marked on your schedule. Obviously, every game is important. You get better every week. But just tell me if there's any that stick out to you, how you're feeling about those games.
Well, man, I learned a long time ago you got to take them every week. You can't overlook anybody. And in our schedule, the way it's set up, there's nobody we can overlook. I mean, we try to take everybody one game at a time. Obviously, the people that beat us last year, we'd love to try to beat them this year. But, that's the beauty of the conference that we're in, is you better be ready every week or somebody's going to upset you. Probably the one game that's going to be a lot of fun will be Week 10 when we play Greenland, because my oldest son is the head coach there now.
All right. Coach, if you would, go ahead and introduce the two guys you'll be sending up here first, just so we can get a feel for them.
Okay, they're both seniors. It'll be our senior running back, Garrett Smithson, who is everything you could ever want in a running back in the spread offense. And we're hoping not to have to play him on defense, but he can also play defense if he's needed. But he's such a weapon out of the backfield. Then we have another starter that he starts at wide receiver and free safety for us, that had a great year last year, that has just been an overachiever in the weight room. Just love the way he works, and his name's Deegan Todd. And so both of those guys we expect to have great years.
All right, Coach, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And your job is done here, so your guys can go ahead and come on in.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead and tell. First, we'll start with you, and just go ahead and tell the camera about yourself and what it's like playing football at Charleston.
Well, my name is Deegan Todd. I play wide receiver and safety. I'm a senior, and football at Charleston is fun. It's a small school, so really you know everybody on the team. You can go places with them and do things, and just have fun.
And how about you?
My name is Garrett Smithson. I'm the running back for Charleston, and it is a small school, so we do know everybody. But we're just looking forward to come together and dominate this year. We're not letting down, and we're not taking it easy this year.
So either one of y'all can answer this question, but just go ahead and tell me what it's been like playing under Coach May and playing. Obviously, you guys talked a little bit about playing for the program, but specifically, tell me what it is about playing for Coach May that gets you guys excited.
Just the energy he brings every day, how hard he makes us work, and the game day activities we do, like eating before the game, and then just before the game, we have we do a little ceremony. Ash ceremony is what we call it. That's just always a fun time to be in there with the team.
So, Garrett, if you would tell me a little bit about what it was like, what's like playing on a Friday night in Charleston. Obviously, that's a big deal. Like Coach May was talking about, he said it's a good time to rob houses because nobody's home. It's obviously a full stadium every night. So, tell me a little bit about what a Friday night is like in Charleston.
The energy is just unmatched. You can't really beat it. You got everybody there looking forward to watching you play and do good. It's just awesome to be there and feel the energy.
Yeah, so you guys are going to play a tough schedule this year. Are there any games that you guys – I know Coach May says looking forward to coaching opposite of his son. Are there any games that you guys are looking forward to playing this year?
Yeah, I got hurt in Boonville last year. I'm ready to play them, and I'm ready to play Mansfield.
About the same for me. Also the Ozark game. It's a game I also really want to win and just take home the trophy we have for it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here today. We appreciate it. Is there anything else you guys want to say about your program before you head off here? No?
No, it's okay.
All right. And, all right, you can go ahead and hand it off to your teammate here.
Devlin Bates.
All right. All right, we have Devlin Bates here, Charleston Tigers lineman. You play offensive and defensive line, or just one side?
Mostly just offensive line.
Mostly just offensive line. So tell me about what it means to you to play offensive line for Charleston. Obviously, if you don't have an offensive line, you don't really have an offense. So tell me a little bit about how much that's emphasized for Charleston.
It means a lot because it all starts up front, and that's something we stress a lot. And we take pride in our physicality, and that's something we try to improve on each week. And I do believe that our offensive line is some of the most closely tight-knit group of brothers on this team. And I feel like when we move as one, which is more often than not, we get what we need to get done.
So you said that it's a tight-knit group of brothers. So is that something that's really emphasized with your team? Is Coach really works on y'all, not just as football players, but as growing young men as well?
Yes, sir. Something that, we emphasize a lot at Charleston is it's more than football. Coach May is setting us up to be more than just great football players, but amazing men in life. And not just Coach May, but our whole coaching staff does an amazing job at that.
So let me ask you as well, since I asked those guys, are there any games this year that you are looking forward to specifically?
All of them. It's senior year. Got to go out on a bang, but definitely, like everyone else said, going to Mansfield, that's going to be a big game. Boonville at home, that's going to be huge. But I think one of the ones that I'm really looking forward to is bringing home that trophy from Ozark. They're coming over here and want to bring that trophy back over on this side of the river.
Yeah, so that Ozark game, they're going to have a new coach this year. They're going to have a lot of energy. So I can tell you, I'm looking forward to seeing the outcome of that game as well. Tell me a little bit about the expectation at Charleston. The other guys talked about it a little bit, as did Coach May. But just tell me a little bit about how you feel the expectation is at Charleston.
Oh, well, the expectation is always to win. We talk about hanging that number 7 banner up on our scoreboard all the time, and that's something I try to stress to the guys a lot. Is that it's more than just us, and the community wants to see it happen, so it's our job to bring it to them.
Yeah, so I'll just get you with one last question here. Tell me a little bit about, you said you're a senior, you've played for Charleston for a while now. What's the culture like there? What is it like to really experience, like I asked them, what's a Friday night like in Charleston? What's that community like? And what was it like to really come up in that program?
Everyone's 100% bought in, and everyone's going to do everything in their power to make everything happen, starting with, our chain crew. We have the best chain crew in the whole state, going to the coaches, to the fans. It takes everyone to get the Friday nights as great as it is. And, it's just so thankful to be grown up in a community that is so tight.
All right. Well, Devlin, thank you for coming up here. I appreciate it. Brad, are we good to go? All right.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to a break real quick, and we will be back with Green Forest, I believe, is the next team that we'll see. And so we're going to head to a break real quick. You're watching the Hometown Sports Media Day right here on the Arkansas Sports Network.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
All right, welcome back into the Hometown Sports Volume 2. As we've got just a little bit of a break here. It's kind of like drinking with a fire hose right now. Fayetteville came in on us, and we didn't even know they were coming for sure. We hoped that they would. We're glad that they did, but it surprised us. And, man, we're just now catching up, kind of catching our breath here. But so far, let's see here. We've had Fayetteville. We've had Harbor. We've had Charleston and Lamar, right?
Yes.
Those four. We've got Green Forest coming up next. New coach at Green Forest. I know people are excited about that. And, man, it's been good so far. I feel like, number one, we've gotten a lot of good, clear thoughts about these teams. You know, I feel like it's nice to walk in and each one of these teams feels good about their position that they're in, Carson. You know, obviously everybody has won every game so far, right? I mean, nobody comes out and says, hey, we're going to lose. But they all feel good, and, you know, I feel pretty good about the four teams that have come in so far.
Yeah, if Fayetteville started us off, and that's always a great interview to get a former Razorback, first of all, but also to get Fayetteville, such a storied program that always is a contender for the 7A title. And you look at Springdale Harbor that came in next, Coach Dannenhauer, he's a former college football player at Tulsa as well. So, you know, you're getting a lot of, in the state right now, you're getting a lot of former high-level college football players that are coming in. You got Leroy Hood down at Texarkana that just got that head coaching gig, and so that's just off the top of my head. Three guys that have played high-level college football. Two of them are brand new. And then Springdale Harbor, like you said, they've had some good years.
Yes.
But now you have a couple of down years. You have some you have this is the second coach in 3 years. So you have to figure out your identity as a program, kind of, and I think Coach Dannenhauer is going to do a really, really good job of that. He was very confident about that program.
Well, number one, Harbor's got resources. That's a big thing.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, when you're talking about, trying to build success, you got to have some resources to build success with. Very few football programs can come out of nowhere, especially on this level, and not have the resources to do it. I mean, here we are right here in this building here in Fayetteville, and I'm like, wow, I'm blown away by this. We literally pulled up to this today and thought it was the gym, right? and so this is a fantastic facility here, what they've got going on. These other schools have those things going on as well. And so, but then let's work our way down the levels here. Green Forest, man, they're playing in 4A. That 4A conference now is starting to see those facilities come in, and indoor facilities and weight facilities and all that stuff that they have up here. It's amazing. It really is. And so you got to have resources to be successful. But, a team like Lamar, who may not have as many resources, they come in. I'll tell you what, Coach Jones over at Lamar, I'm not saying this because he's going to watch this again probably, but that guy does as good a job as anybody that I've seen in the state. He won State It Magazine about 10 years ago, in
2015, I think.
It was further back because he's been at Lamar now. This is his 13th or 14th season. So it's about 15 years ago that he won it magazine. Of course, those Chambers brothers had a little bit to do with that, right? But at the end of the day, he won big there. He's won big at Lamar. I mean, Lamar has won 9 games in a season, several of those years that he's done that. And Lamar is one of those teams that, as I said before, probably of any team that we've seen so far, probably had a little bit of a disadvantage because they are a smaller 4A school, a school that everything else is 3A, and they're playing in the 4A. And so they do such a great job over there. It's a lot of fun to talk to Coach Jones, his candor there. And we've got a lot of good coaches coming in and talking, and really on your point here, there are tons and tons and tons of good coaches in the state of Arkansas. It's really unreal how good the coaching is in the state. In fact, I would say, and no discrepancy or no disrespect to anybody when I say this, but I think the coaching actually is probably a little better than the talent in some ways. I feel like that Arkansas has taken many steps, to make football and sports in general better. I mean, we're coming off dead week right now, right? And basically, if you play sports in Arkansas, especially basketball and football, there's no time off anymore. Football coaches, they don't have any real time off. It's a grind. But they do a good job. Coach Ricky May also, right? Throw him right in there with them. Those are really good coaches that we've talked to, and we have gotten a really good start to this. And if you don't know by now, tomorrow we'll be in Little Rock, and we'll be talking to coaches in Little Rock about their teams and who's coming up. It's going to be a great time there in Little Rock, almost a full day in Little Rock right now. I think we've got 16 or 17 slots. We only had 21 for the day. So there's not going to be too many breaks there. Coach Bolding of North Little Rock there. Coach Vega. Coach Swinton. We're working on maybe one or two more that might bring your attention. It's going to be a great day there in Little Rock. So you don't want to miss that. That's going to be at Baptist Prep. Appreciate all these high schools that have allowed us to come in. Wednesday, we're actually going to be on 2 channels. We're going to be on the Arkansas Sports Network and the Arkansas Sports Network High School on that page. So you want to make sure that you go and subscribe to that page. We fire that page up, especially during the playoffs in football, because we go to so many spots and just have the opportunity to go and broadcast playoff games. That we wouldn't miss that for the world. So make sure that you're subscribed to the Arkansas Sports Network, Arkansas Sports Network High School. And we're going to get ready for our next crew, which, how long do we got now?
About 10 minutes, a little over 10
Okay,
minutes.
so let's go to a bumper. We're going to go to a bumper, and when we come back, as soon as Green Forest gets here, we'll get started with them. Thank you to D3 Auto Sales. Thank you to Arkansas Tech University. Thank you to Metcalf Trucking and Tyson for being major sponsors with us. And if you are interested in sponsoring us, make sure, let us know, guys. There are a lot of people that do a lot of things around the state. But when you look at this backdrop and you look at everything that we got going here, not many do what we do. Now, that might not be your style, and that's okay if it's not. But I feel like this is something that's worth supporting. We support kids across the state of Arkansas. So with that being said, we're going to go to a bumper, and when we come back, we'll have the Green Forest Tigers ready to go.
hills of northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta, we're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is Hometown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hometown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Carson Ward here for the Arkansas Sports Network, and welcome into the Hometown Sports Volume 2 Media Day here. I am joined by Coach Dalton Ewing of Green Forest. Coach, glad to have you with me today.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
So, Coach, you take over this program. This is your first season. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are changing from last year to this year that you think will make you guys take a step in the right direction.
We're changing the offense a little bit, doing more gap scheme, more power running. I think that kind of fits the kids we have right now. We got some really good linemen, good quarterback, good backs. I think that'd help a lot. Defensively, changing it up, trying to keep it real simple, just to let our guys still play and go. And the biggest thing we're trying to change is just the culture of hard nose and outwork people.
Yeah. So you come into this program, you get to meet all these new guys. What has been your impression of this football team so far?
They like to work. It's kind of neat. I graduated from Green Forest in 2014, so I'm coming home. Get to be around some of these kids I've watched play junior high or Pee Wee football this whole time, and get to know them and how much they like to work and how much they really want to put into it. It's been very impressive.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're a Green Forest alum. So tell me a little bit about the culture there at Green Forest, the community there, and just what it's like on a Friday night at that stadium.
We're a real small town. We're kind of, a lot of people don't even know where we are, but we take pride in that. We take pride in people in our community showing up, going to work, making a living, doing what you got to do to be successful in this life, and it really shows up through our school district and our kids as well. They work. We're blue collar as it gets, and they're going to show up and they're going to work hard, and their family members are going to show up and support them as well. And it's been very, very positive.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what you guys are planning on doing offensively and defensively, just as far as your scheme and how you guys are planning to use the X's and O's to win some football games this year.
Yeah, we're kind of a wing tee, more wing tee, gun, wing tee, kind of blending it together there. I've been a coordinator, offensive coordinator before, and I'm taking a lot of the stuff I've liked and seen that I've liked, and we're putting it together. A lot of gap scheme. Like I said, our O-line, I think we're going to average about 260, 270 across the board. So, we're going to get behind them, and we got some really good backs. One of them's going to come over here and talk in a minute. And then we got another kid. He's a junior, Wahemu. We clocked him at a 40 running a 4.6. So, he can fly. We can get the ball in his hands some. And that's kind of our scheme. Our quarterback over here, Ryan Stone, he can run too, and we're going to use a lot of quarterback runs as well. We're going to take what defense kind of giving us. Defensively, we're going to be more of a 3-4, slanting the front a lot, and just kind of making sure we're lined up correctly and making sure our guys know what to do and how to get there and where they need to be.
So tell me a little bit about your schedule this year. Non-conference, being your first year, you might not have had anything to do with the scheduling.
Right.
But tell me a little bit about maybe some games you're looking forward to and just what it's like playing in your conference.
I think we have one of the toughest conferences. We had Elkins, obviously. They represented us in our conference in the state title this last year. I mean, we got to play them. That's be a massive game. We'll be massive underdogs in that game. You know, you got Prairie Grove. They got a legendary coach over there. You know what you're going to get with them. Gravett, year in and year out, they're hard-nosed as well. You know, there's going to be some really tough games that we got to try to find a way to win and to get into the playoffs and see what we can do. And, you know, like I said, I mean, our whole philosophy is going to be how hard do we want it, how hard are we going to work to get it.
Yeah, so, Coach, if you will, your job here is done. Could you just introduce the two guys you're going to send over?
Yes, sir. Right here I have Ryan Stone. He's our quarterback coming over here, and Jaden Ochoa. He's our running back in corner.
All right, guys, you can go ahead and step on in here. Coach, thank you for being
Take
here.
this off.
Yep, you're good to go. All right, we got Ryan Stone and Jaden Ochoa here. Guys, good to have you here today. We'll start with you, Ryan. Tell me a little bit about the differences that you've seen under your previous coach and under your new coach, Coach Ewing.
I've seen that the kids are wanting to work harder, and there's more people showing up during the summer, day in and day out. It's hard in our town to get a lot of the kids there because they got to work in the summer so much. But I'm feeling good about the season, and lots of the players that are there, they got talent and they like to work.
Jaden, he talked a little bit about how you guys are going to put an emphasis on running the football this year and how you're going to be a big part of that. Tell me a little bit about your goals for this season, just individually, and then maybe your goals as a team as well.
Individually, I say that our goals is to almost be like last year, as we've focused mainly on running the ball with our running back. This year, I say we want to keep that level and maybe even want more, because we had a 1,000-yard rusher running back last year, and definitely would want to keep it, maybe go higher with one or multiple running backs, and as a team just win every game and do better than we did last year, and want to win everything.
Yeah, so both of you guys can answer this. Start with you, Ryan. Tell me a little bit about what it's like playing at Green Forest, the culture there, the town, everything about it, what it's like on Friday nights. I know your coach talked a little bit about it, but I just want to know from your perspective what that feeling is like.
There's definitely a lot of adrenaline there on the field on Friday nights because all the town's there, and lots of the opponents, they're so close that lots of their fans are there also, but it feels good to have the town backing you every Friday night.
Jaden, how about you?
The culture, I'd say, is pretty nice. Recently, coming up through the years playing there, it's kind of just playing with the same people, but recently, as more people have been moving here, there's been a lot of new culture, new people joining, and it's been fun playing with them and being able to learn and experience with them. But like he was saying, it's nice whenever most of the town comes and supports and watches us, and you can hear and see them supporting, and it just means so much that helps us out, and definitely would want them there every game.
So both of you guys I want you to tell me some games that you guys are looking forward to playing this year. Obviously, every game is important, but tell me, are there any games that you guys have marked down on your schedule that you guys are just going to be extra motivated for?
I mean, we're always extra motivated for our two major conference rivals, Huntsville and Berryville. But like you said, every game's important to win. And every Friday night, you got to go out there and give everything you got. But especially those two, everybody's more motivated and ready to play on those nights, for sure.
I agree with that, what he was saying, because those are usually our last two games, and they're our rivals. But I want to say teams like Elkins, I'm really excited to play, because during our junior high years, we would beat them, and now that we're seniors, it's going against the same people. Nothing much has changed, and it would be something great to see if we could just make an upset in this conference here and beat them, and that's what I'm excited for and able to show with our coming up team.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming by today. I really enjoyed talking to you. Is there anything you guys want to say about your program before you sign off here?
Green Forest is a really great program, and as our coach was saying, we're a small town, but I don't think that should take away anything from us. Everybody still wants to play hard, show effort, and I definitely feel like this season coming up is just going to be full of unexpected surprises that nobody has been expecting out of us.
All right. Well, thank you, guys. Go ahead and bring your last guy in here. You guys are good to go. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead when you sit down, introduce yourself just so that we can get the graphic. Yep. All right.
Just go ahead and introduce myself.
Yes, sir.
All right. My name's Colton Fancher. Good to meet you. What's your name?
Carson. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. All right.
So, Colton, tell me a little bit about playing for Coach Ewing so far.
You know, he reminds you of what we all grew up having. Like he said, it's a blue-collar town. Everybody works. Ryan said it the best. I mean, everybody's got jobs that they got to work, and he emphasizes that hard work is important, and that's what we want to do as a culture. That's our culture, is outwork everybody.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what it's like playing for Green Forest. You know, you talked about how the emphasis is on hard work and on being a blue-collar town. Tell me about the community support for your football team.
The community support's great. We do a lot of food. Before every game, the parents of the team will cook us food pregame. They were always behind our backs every step of the way. And that's where a football team starts, is at the parent level. The people who show up to the games, make noise, get rowdy, stuff like that, that's awesome. That's the best thing you can see as a team. I remember growing up and going there as a middle schooler. The stands would be pretty quiet, not a lot of people there, but now they're all coming out to watch. They want to see what's going on Bill Gatto Field.
So what position do you play?
Right now, defensive end, tight end. No telling what else they'll put me at. It's always fun trying to learn something new every once in a while. But those are the two main ones I focus on right now.
Yeah, seeing some of the other guys that have stepped in that are playing on the offensive line, they're probably a little bit bigger than you are, so you have to play tougher and with more heart probably. So tell me a little bit about how you use that to your advantage, maybe not being the biggest guy on the field.
I mean, it's just like Coach Ewing said. Trying to outwork everybody is what leads to success, in my opinion. Just keep going when everybody else is getting tired. You'll start finding cracks in the foundation if you start doing that, and you can start making some plays at that point.
So tell me a little bit about, they talked about Elkins and Berryville and Huntsville. Are those some of the games that you're looking forward to as well, or are there some on the schedule that you've marked down yourself?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Berryville is always a big one. I mean, it's the Carroll County Super Bowl for a reason. I mean, the entire county shows up to watch that one. It's always a huge game. Huntsville as well. That one's a big rivalry. All of them are pretty fun to play. I mean, it's just different kids from everywhere around. You know, different playing styles. I mean, altogether everything's fun to play. But those two, mainly Huntsville and Berryville, are the ones I most enjoy.
Is there anything before we finish up here that you want to say about your program?
I think they've all said anything I would. I mean, really, I can't think of anything they haven't touched on. We're just hard workers. That's all we've grown up knowing. That's all we do. We said before, like, we're squeezing in football practice while still trying to work jobs. But I think that culture is what leads to success, in my opinion. I think having a group of kids that just put their heads down and work every day, no matter what, no matter how hot it gets, cold, no matter what, that's what's going to lead you to the finish line.
All right, Colton, thank you for coming by here today.
Thanks for having us.
For talking to us. Coach, thank you for bringing your guys down here. Brad, are we good to go? Going to take a break? All right. So we're going to go to a break real quick, and we'll be back. Should be Bentonville West coming up next, and so we're going to go to a break real quick. You're watching HomeTown Sports Volume 2 right here on the Arkansas Sports Network.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
hills of northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta, we're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is Hometown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hometown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Carson Ward here for Arkansas Sports Network. I am joined by Coach Brian Pratt, the head football coach at Bentonville West. Coach, good to have you today. Ready to hear about your team. Tell me a little bit first about what you're looking forward to this season at Bentonville West.
I think this season was a chance for us to prove a little bit more than we did last year. We started 8 sophomores and 2 freshmen last year, and so now we get a lot of those guys coming back. So, it's our chance to prove that we're a lot more mature than we were last year. Everything was way fast for a lot of these young guys that were getting their first dose of the action. Our schedule doesn't help us any, playing teams like Greenwood and Muskogee, Oklahoma, and Cabot, and then rolling into obviously 7A West, which is a tough conference. But we're really proud of where we're at right now. We had a great offseason. Our numbers are the most it's been in the 10 years since we opened the program, and this is the year 10. So, a decade of Wolverine football is wrapping up. We're pretty excited about that. It just seems like the other day that we were opening the school, and now you're already in year 10.
Yeah, and you've had some pretty good success there in those 10 years. Tell me a little bit about the foundation that you guys have built at that program to be able to have that kind of success. And obviously now you're saying this next year you guys are going to have a lot of experienced players coming back. So tell me a little bit about the foundation and the culture of the program over at Bentonville West.
Well, as you look at when we're building the program, and it's, when you come in and you inherit a program and it's already started, you can say you put your footprint on it. But for us, to start it from scratch, and when we were hired there, it was dirt. And, so when we build the foundation, we built our foundation on what we call FAST, which stands for fundamentals, attitude, selflessness, and toughness. And so over the course of the 10 years, that's the one thing that our pillars that we build our program on. And these guys, especially these 3 that joined us today, they're guys that have given everything they can have for the program. And it's just fun to see it grow. When we first started the program, it was we could sneak up on some people. And then when we went to back-to-back semis, in the first 3 and 4 years that we were there was no sneaking up on anybody anymore. And so with that comes, you got to work harder and you got a bullseye on your back, and people are definitely trying to take care of business and not let you beat them. So, as we build this program, we're really proud of where we're at now, but we still have a long way to go, obviously, to get to where the top of the conference is.
So tell me a little bit about your schedule this season. Obviously, you guys have scheduled one of the toughest schedules probably in the state. You talked a little bit about your non-conference schedule. You guys are playing some traditional powerhouses really to start the season. And then you go into the 7A West, which has its fair share of traditional powerhouses as well. So tell me a little bit about your schedule this season and maybe some games that you're looking forward to specifically.
Well, I think, obviously, the one that comes to mind is everybody talks about why would you schedule Greenwood. And, we schedule Greenwood for one reason. We know they're going to be well coached and they're going to do what they're supposed to do. And that's fun to prepare against a team like that. Coach Young is going to definitely bring in a top-tier program, and so it gives us a chance to find out where we're at. You can go off and play some smaller schools and get some wins and be 3-0 when you go into conference, but it really doesn't make you better. And so we really try to focus on playing different types of teams, but all teams that are very, very competitive, and that kind of starts with our benefit game this year. We're going to Tulsa Union and playing those guys in a half a game. So I mean, if you look at our first four opponents, and then you throw in because we opened 7A West with Fayetteville, so you get a real heavy dose of some heavy hitters, and you better know what you're doing, or figure out the things that you can hang your hat on with your team.
So tell me a little bit about the game with Bentonville. Has that turned into a rivalry, or is that just a game that you guys look forward to every year, but it's not on that magnitude yet?
Well, I think I say it's not a rivalry because we haven't beaten them yet. If you look at our schedule that we've played, we've of the 9 games we've played Fayetteville, we won 4 of them. And then, if you look at games like Rogers, we've only lost 2 in the 9 years of playing. And, Harbor's the same way. So we've been able to compete with those guys and get wins, but it always seems against Bentonville, always shoot ourselves in the foot. A couple of those games, I know once, I guess it was 2017, we played we were both 9-0 and going in, and we found some way that we didn't come away with the win, and that's something, one hump that we have to get over, and that's something that we talk about every day with our kids. And go to the next level. You got to be able to do something that you haven't done before, and that's a very, very high priority on our list. As obviously we want to beat the best, and they're one of the best, and so we want to. Anytime we step on the field, we want to beat them. And it is competitive. Coach Grant and those guys are good friends of ours, and they run a very, very good program. Gives us something to motivate and try to become.
Tell me a little bit about some of your goals as a team for this season, and tell me a little bit about if those change year to year or if they stay the same or maybe some of both, and just where you would see your team at the end of the season to call it a success.
Well, I think I don't know if you say they change. I mean, it's like last year when we started 8 sophomores and 2 freshmen. We knew it was going to be tough. We ended up being 0-6, but in about 3 or 4 of those games, it was a very close game that we should have come away with the win on. And so now looking into this year, you're a whole lot more experienced. You got everybody coming back, and so you look at those games and you think, hey, we've got to find a way to win those games. And so you asked me if there's games we were looking at that we put a lot of pride on. Obviously, the Greenwood game, especially having to go down there and play with Kane Archer and those guys, and we'll go get after it and see what happens. And then for me personally, I have one that a lot of people may not know about as the head coach at Muskogee, Oklahoma. Is my best friend, one of my best friends in high school. His dad was my high school football coach, and we're both from Oklahoma, and he just took that job coming from Wagner, where he's won about 8 state championships, so he's very successful there, got inducted into the Hall of Fame in Oklahoma, and so now we're going to get to play against each other, 2 boys from Broken Bow, Oklahoma, getting to battle it out in a high-profile game, so we're excited about that. So personally, that's the one, and then obviously going to the 7A West, and you got to be able to beat the big boys, and so the Fayetteville and the Bentonville and the Rogers and it goes like that. We've got to be able to come away with the win. So for us to be a way we look at if it's a successful season or not, if you can get a bye going into the playoffs, that makes it a success to me. And so both years that we made it to the semis was because we had a bye going into the season. So.
Yeah, I mean, the 7A in general, once you get to the playoffs, is still a gauntlet because the 7A Central is just full of perennial contenders.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier, I promise you.
No. Coach, thank you for coming here and talking to us today. Your job is done. Just go ahead and, if you would, introduce the 2 players you're going to send up to talk.
All right, I'm going to send up 2 right now. Will Davis is a receiver for us, a 3-year starter, outside receiver for us, a great kid that's definitely given everything for our program, and Braden Nash, who's a running back for us. They're both returning starters for us, guys that are leaders for our program, and both on and off the field, they represent what we want out of Bentonville West football players.
All right. Guys, you can go ahead and come on up. Thank you, Coach. Yep, you're good to go. All right, if you would, guys, just go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourselves and what it's like playing for Bentonville West.
I'm Braden Nash. I'm the starting running back for Bentonville West, and playing for West is really great. I love everything about it. I love all the teamwork and all the leadership we build there, and I feel like great players are developed out of West, and it's a really great program to play for. Yes, sir.
My name is Will Davis. Starting outside receiver, class 2026, going to my senior year. I think it's going to be a great time. We have a great brotherhood building at West, and it's been like that for years, so I'm excited.
So we'll start with you, Braden. Just go ahead and tell us a little bit about, last season Coach Pratt was talking about you guys were starting some young guys, and so you had a different expectation. This year you come in with some more experienced guys. So tell me a little bit about how the expectation has changed from last year to this year.
I feel like we should be more explosive and should be way more competitive because everyone's got a feel for the game. It's 7A ball, so everyone's got to get used to it. I know first game nerves is going to come in, but once that game's over with, we got to focus on the next schedule. So I feel like the team's going to be very good. We're very excited. And last year, all those guys were good, but now I feel like they're going to be even better.
And so, Will, just tell me a little bit about how you're feeling. It's your senior year, obviously big time. This is what you've been preparing for your whole football career pretty much until, if you're trying to play at the next level. But this is kind of what's all been culminating to, right? This is what high school football really evolves into. So tell me a little bit about what you're looking forward to specifically for your senior season.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how our team plays. We've all grown up together. I know me, Braden, and Trey. We've been super connected throughout the years, and I think that this is our last big shot to prove ourselves, especially as growing up with all of them.
So, Braden, tell me a little bit about what it's like playing for Coach Pratt. You guys have come up here. You've been very polished and well-spoken, I have to say. So tell me a little bit about what it's like playing for him. Obviously, he's done a pretty good job of preparing you guys for this, but tell me about how he does, not just as a football coach, but as preparing you guys for young men going out into the world.
I feel like Coach Pratt does a great job. I've known him since 7th grade and going up to my senior year, so I really grow with him and look at him as a father figure. So he really helps out and develops us as men. Outside of football, he's always caring for us, making sure we're good, and I just feel like going on in the field, we're just going to play for him, play hard.
Will, tell me a little bit about, Coach Pratt and I were talking about how this is a fairly new program, but you guys have developed a strong culture in a short time. Tell me a little bit about what the culture is like there at Bentonville West, what it's like there playing on a Friday night, and what that community is like.
Yeah, it's super strong, and I think it's getting even stronger, especially outside and off the field. We're doing community events such as building our team brick by brick, and I think that we're all getting along, and it's gonna be great to see this year.
Tell me a little bit about, either one of you guys or both of you can answer this. What's it like playing in such a tough conference? I mean, every year it seems like it gets harder because you guys are at the top of the classes, so you guys are going to get the best of the best. I know in the 7A Central, Pulaski Academy has moved in, and Little Rock Christian has moved in. So tell me a little bit about what it's like playing in such a tough conference and such a tough classification.
I'll go first. I think it's going to be great. I mean, you got to compete. Like when you go to the next level, everyone's going to be just as good as you, so that competition just fuels you to be better than everyone else. Just work hard.
Yeah, I think it's a great first step going into the next level of football. I think that we're playing the toughest teams. We've got one of the hardest schedules, so I think it prepares us very well.
Tell me a little bit about each of you guys. Just tell me a little bit about some games that you guys are looking forward to this year. Obviously, it's you guys, like we just talked about, tough schedule, play a lot of similar teams every year. You're playing against one of the best quarterbacks in the state in Kane Archer. You're playing against one of the best teams in the state in Bentonville and Fayetteville. You guys are playing those guys every year. Tell me a little bit about some of the games that you guys are looking forward to this season, just individually.
For surely Greenwood, Bentonville, and Fayetteville. Those are my most anticipated games. I'm very excited to play them and just show everyone what we're about.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to play the first couple games of our season. I think Muskogee was a tough loss last year. Came down to last place. I think that's a great redemption shot at this next year.
All right, guys. Just before you go, is there anything that you want to say about your program before we send it off to your teammate here?
I just think West is a great program, and I feel like people are going to see what we're about this season.
we're building something special, so keep a lookout for us.
All right, guys, you can go ahead and pass it off to your teammate here. All right, if you would, just go ahead and introduce yourself and what position you play and your class.
I'm Trey Thompson, class of 2026, starting quarterback. Right here. I'm Trey Thompson, class of 2026, starting quarterback at Bentonville West.
So, playing quarterback at Bentonville West, what does that mean to you?
So I don't know if you know, but my dad's a coach at West, and so I've always been. He's been here since West opened, so I've always been a part of the program. Just being around there when I was little, so I get to see like all the players that grew up in front of me. So it really meant a lot to me to take their place and lead the program that I've always wanted to be a part of. So that's really great to me.
Tell me a little bit about what it's like from in your experience playing for Coach Pratt.
Playing for Coach Pratt, you know, it's really a good thing because he's really hard on you. Like he's not gonna if you're not doing your best, he's not gonna take it. So it's good to be like a coach with Coach Pratt because, and he's like a good coach. Like he's gonna be hard on you, like, and that's good at the next level because the coaches are gonna be even harder. So that's great.
Are you trying to play at the next level right now?
Yes, sir. I currently have 3 offers, so
okay,
I'm gonna try and keep it going.
Tell us a little bit about the offers that you have right now.
Right now I have Northeastern State, a D2 in Oklahoma, and then I have Evangel, which is a NAIA in Missouri, and then I have McPherson is in Kansas, NAIA.
So you said that your dad is a coach. Is this something that you guys have been working towards, getting you to play at the next level? This is something that you guys have been working towards for a long time, trying to get you to that spot in your football career?
Well, for most of my life, we've been working to just get me to be the best I can be for my high school. But now going into my senior year, I picked up those offers. So now I'm just trying to be the best that I can be for West right now, so then I can be the best I can be in college.
So tell me a little bit about what it's like having your dad as a coach on the team. I mean, that's got to be an experience, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's not as bad as most people think because I'm a quarterback. He's a defensive coordinator. But, like, we'll get done with practice, and we'll go crazy on the defense. And so we'll get home, I'll start talking trash, and he'll get mad. And then if defense has a good day, he'll come home, start talking trash. So, yeah.
So you guys are at home. You're trying to figure out how to get past each other in practice.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the games that you're looking forward to personally this season.
So I'm looking forward to every game this season, but specifically Greenwood, I'm really looking forward to going against one of the top teams in the state. You know, kind of get to see where we're at and improve ourselves. And then Muskogee, I'm really looking forward to Muskogee because we lost by 1 point last year. That was a heartbreaker, so it's good to get another shot at them. And then Cabot, which we lost in overtime. That's a great chance to get another shot and play some good competition.
So tell me a little bit about with playing for Bentonville West. You guys, like Coach Pratt talked about, you guys have not yet beat Bentonville. Is that a goal for you guys this season?
The goal, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's one of the goals that we have. It's not the biggest goal because we can't focus on just beating Bentonville because, like, even if we lose, like, that can't just be the end of the season. So, I mean, yeah, that's one of the goals, though, for sure, to beat Bentonville because, you know, we haven't beat them. They're a good team. We're a good team. So I think it'll be an interesting game to see.
So tell me a little bit about just how you guys practice every day at Bentonville West, and then how your offense is drawn up and what your expectation is for the offensive group this season.
Okay. The workouts, we have Ben Witcher. We just brought him in, strength and conditioning coach. He has a ton of experience, and he's really good. He sent, I mean, like, over 50 to 100 people to the next level and, like, high next level. So it's really good that we brought him in to take over our workouts and stuff. I can't leak too much, but you know, he's getting us right for next season. And then for the offense, for myself, a goal for me is perfection. I know that's not reachable, but the closer I can get to perfection that'll be best for the offense. And you know, we like to throw the ball around. So.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to say about your program before we sign off here?
West is a great program. You know, we've really been putting in a lot of work this season, so just keep watch.
All right. Trey, thank you for coming here today and talking to us. We really appreciate it. Bill, Justin, we're going to break. Is that the plan? All right. We're going to go to a break real quick, and we'll be right back. I believe our next interview is going to be West Fork, so we will see them in just a moment. But for now, we're going to go to a break. You're watching Hometown Sports Volume 2 right here on the Arkansas Sports Network.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Hills of Northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta, we're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is Hometown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hometown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Carson Ward here with the Arkansas Sports Network for Hometown Sports Volume 2 here. I am joined by Coach Eric Munoz here, the head football coach at Heritage High School. Coach, good to be with you today. Good to have you and your team here. We're excited about this. So tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing over at Heritage, just a little bit of a general perception so that we can give the people watching a general overview of your program.
Yeah, it all starts in the weight room. We've been hitting it hard and heavy in the weight room, and these kids have been attacking it every day. And we're just coming off a dead period, a good break for these kids, and they needed it. But we had a great spring. It was real physical. Played a lot of tackle football. We came out fairly healthy, which is a good thing in the spring. And we got through a dead period, and we had our first day back today, and kids worked their tails off, and it's only going to grow from there.
Tell me a little bit about, you talked a little bit about hard work, which I'm sure is a part of it, but tell me a little bit about the culture that you guys are trying to build over at Heritage.
We talk about our standard. They're going to be held to a high standard in everything they do, and they understand that when it comes to the classroom, to the weight room, and then on the field. It all goes and correlates together, and it's something that these guys know, and we lean on these seniors to really implement that with these kids, especially the young guys that we're going to ask to play on Friday nights, and couldn't ask more from these seniors and what they're doing, and leading the way. So
tell me about your schedule this season. I know that playing Rogers is probably a big crosstown rivalry. But tell me a little bit about your schedule this season, why you guys scheduled the non-conference the way you did, and then going into the 7A West, what that looks like for you guys and what your expectation is.
Going to non-conference, we'll play Siloam Springs at their place first game of the season. They've gotten a lot better. They came to our place last year and beat us, and we got a chip on our shoulder for sure. We want to go there and, give them a little piece of what they gave to us at our place and take it to them. But we all know that it's a lot of hard work that goes into it, not just the week of the game, but, all spring, all summer. Leading up to that. And then we'll go to Missouri and we'll play Carl Junction. They're a good football team. They do a lot of good things, and we'll have to be prepared for that. And then we'll have a bye week, and then we'll finish off with Little Rock Central at our place. And we know we let one slip there last year on that one. These guys know that we're going to get, one game at a time, one day at a time when it comes to season. But me as a coach, I do look ahead and as far as opponents, but, I want these guys to concentrate on Springs first and foremost. And, getting into season, I think everybody knows the 7A West is a gauntlet in itself. You're playing some of the best teams in the state, every week. And we got to be prepared and be ready to go. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It's going to be a tough game. If it's there or if it's at our place, it's always going to be a tough game. And we got to be prepared and ready to play.
So tell me a little bit about what your offense is going to look like this season, just the X's and O's of it, and then talk to me a little bit about your defense as well.
Offensively, we're going to do a lot of things. And for us, it's not a lot of things, but to a defense preparing for it, it's going to be a lot with trades, shifts, motions, unbalanced looks. I'm not going to give you all my X's and O's and what we're going to do, but there'll be some good wrinkles in there that we're going to do this year that kind of getting back to the foundation, what I believe in as a head coach here and what we want to be at Heritage. And We've kind of steered away from that just a little bit the past 2 years, and we're getting back to it. And these kids are bought into it, and it's shown, and just in summer camps itself, and some of the success we've had in summer camps, and seeing them excited and some of the things that we're doing offensively, it's good to have. And I'll tell you what, we've got a quarterback battle, and that's a good thing to have. The years I've been here so far, we hadn't had a quarterback battle. It's been one guy, and now we're actually having some guys competing for the position, and that's crucial because it keeps these guys competitive and fired up, ready to go each day at practice, and they got to bring their A game every day. And then defensively, you might see something a little different from us this year defensively. We'll be able to do multiple things, but we've got a lot of big bodies coming up that we haven't really been blessed with to have here lately. But they're young, they're inexperienced, but we have some big bodies that are really going to help us up front to where we can start looking like a true 7A West team up front, which we've been missing the past couple of years of just not having that size, which is really good that we've got coming up.
So tell me about your guys this season, these seniors that you've brought. What stands out to you about this senior class?
I'll tell you this, our senior class isn't very big, but the dedication these guys have and the work ethic they have and they put into it, it's over and beyond what I could ever expect from a head coach standpoint. And I couldn't be more proud of these guys, and I know that, at times these guys look at me crooked-eyed going, man, this guy's crazy, but I think that it's all going to pay off in the end is what I tell them, what it takes to do what you're doing right now to get where you're going. It's going to be tough. But these guys have leaned on each other, and they bought into it. And I'm excited for their senior year. And I've told them, hey, guys, growing pains are going to happen. It's going to be tough at times, but you got to stick through it and keep fighting. And they do. So I'm excited to see what they do.
Tell me a little bit about just how you try to develop these guys, not just as football players, but as young men as well.
That's a big thing in my program. I want them to know what a good father looks like, a good husband. You can ask them. They know my kids. They're running around the locker room all the time, and my two boys, and I have no, stress or anything worried about my sons running through my locker room because I know my players are going to treat them just like little brothers, and they do. I'll have my boys come run in the office, and they'll run in with a $1 bill, and I'm like, where'd you get that? And like, oh, so-and-so gave it to me. I'm like, man, don't take their money. Go give it back to them. Like I said, I couldn't say enough about the players we have. But we do those things, not just myself, but my staff, bringing our kids and families around because I really want them to know what it looks like. And I'm not saying I'm the perfect father, perfect husband, but I do try to model that for them because I would want that out of my kids' coaches when they get to that age of somebody that's going to model what it looks like to have that. And then, again, I harp on the school side of things. It all starts over there at the schoolhouse. And, these guys understand that, and I mean business when it comes to schoolhouse and acting right and sitting up in the front seat, putting your phones up and no earbuds in your ears. And it's something we talk about all the time. When school gets ready to start, I re-implement that and give them those reminders of what I'm looking for and expecting out of them when it comes to the classroom. But, that's kind of an overall, besides the discipline side of things, which everybody, I think, deals with in the game of football. But I really want them to understand a good husband, a good father, what it's like to be a good man. So that's kind of the motto I look forward into showing these kids and getting them ready for when they get done playing at Heritage that, they're ready to attack the real world when it comes up and jumps and bites you sometimes.
All right, Coach. Well, your day is done as long as you will just introduce the two guys you're going to send up here real quick.
Okay, first I'll send up – these are all seniors. First one is Sloan Halls. He plays D-line. And the next one is Diego Juarez. He plays cornerback for us.
All right. All right. If you guys would, just go ahead, tell us a little bit about yourselves and what position you guys play and your name, and we'll get started here.
Awesome. My name's Sloan Hollis. I obviously play for the Heritage High School team. I played D-line since I've been here. Lots of different coaches, but they all step up and do the best they can for us. But yeah, I played nose and D-end, both positions, just wherever they need me, try and provide best for my team and my family in general.
My name's Lamar Warriors. I play cornerback and wide receiver for Heritage. My first year playing here. Yeah, it's good.
All right, so Sloan, I'll start with you here. Tell me a little bit about you guys' schedule this year. Games you guys are looking forward to, maybe a rivalry game that you guys look forward to every year, or a non-conference game that you're really excited about, maybe somebody you haven't played before, just something that you're excited about when it comes to y'all's schedule this season.
So when it comes to games, we beat Harbor a couple years ago. I was a freshman when it happened, so I wasn't out there on the field with the varsity guys, but that was definitely a game that really sparked the fire in our school and brought some spirit. So for us to get the chance to go back there every year and trying to reclaim that title, it's just something to look forward to, something to work towards every single year, and something to give our guys just that motivation. And then also another big team that we intend to be is Little Rock. They're a good little team. Always put up a fight and whatnot, and we let our guard down this last year, but we're real ready to go back and show them what we got, show them the spark we have.
Diego, same question to you. Are there any teams that really stand out to you on your schedule this season?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Rogers. I used to play for them, and I have lots of friends there, and I just made a good game.
Tell me a little bit about what Coach Munoz does for you guys. I'll start with you, Sloan, just as far as building the culture and really creating an environment for you guys to practice hard every day and work hard. I know he talked a little bit about how much hard work you guys put in on a daily basis. So just tell me a little bit about what Coach Munoz does to get you guys prepared for game days, not just during the week of practice, but during the summer and spring as well.
Gotcha. So, yeah, the moment we get done with school, we practice all the way through the last day of school and whatnot. There's really no break off. And then we do standard dead week and whatnot just by the state. But other than that, we are in and out of the weight room practicing as much as we can, as much as Munoz gets the time in and whatnot. But like he said, when it comes to our guys, it's our standard. It starts in the classroom, the school year, and the summer. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you have a job, work around it. Football is always going to be a priority for us guys. That's how it needs to be set in your mind. But Munoz is always looking out for us. Like he's just always there no matter what, always providing whatever we need. So.
Diego, same question to you. Obviously, you say you just got here, right,
yeah.
from Rogers. So what has been your initial impression of playing for Coach Munoz over at Heritage?
He's definitely a great coach. He's just like he's a good coach. He knows what he's doing. Game plans are good. And you have a bunch of good players.
So I want to talk a little bit about you guys, like you said, last year you guys had some games that you felt like they got away from you. What are you guys doing this season to prepare to maybe finish those games and to maybe come out with, we've been talking a little bit here just before you guys got here, and a lot of people have some higher expectations for you guys this season. They think that you guys could do really well. So tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing to prepare to perform well in close games like that.
So, yeah, we've had a lot of changes offensively and defensively, play-wise and formation-wise. It's a lot of knowledge and learning to take in, but once we get it down, again, we have time this summer and a couple weeks before school when we're actually in season just to really lock it all down. But we have been working our tails off just to get everything in and perfect it the best we can because we know what happened last season. It's on film. It's on script. We don't need to go back to it. And so it's really just trying to fix the mistakes, and perfect what we need fixed.
So, Diego, you coming in, have you seen that kind of attitude of we're gonna make things different this season?
Yeah, definitely. We have lots of great guys that can make that happen. But yeah, we, like he said, new offense and all that. We're gonna be better this year.
All right, you guys are good to go. Thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Before you go, is there anything you guys want to say about your program before we send you off for your teammates here?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Munoz for his dedication since I've been at this school. I haven't made it easy on him, and he hasn't made it easy on us for sure. Pushed us in every way, imaginable, but it's helped me grow as a person, as a man, and as a teammate. So
I just want to thank Coach Munoz for everything.
All right, you guys can go ahead and trade your headsets here with your teammates. All right, if you guys could just go ahead and introduce yourselves and what position you guys play.
My name's Evan Gordon. I'm running back and linebacker for Heritage High School. I play both sides of the ball, and that's what I do.
My name's Connor Otrand. I play fullback and middle linebacker, which means I also play both sides of the ball. So,
all right, Evan, I'll start with you. Just tell me a little bit about what it's like playing for Coach Munoz. Obviously, these guys have some high praise for him, so what is your perspective on playing for him?
And it's amazing. This is only my second year here. I transferred a little while back ago, but the level of coaching that I've been able to witness from him is pretty awesome. Not only does he prepare us for the game, but he also prepares us for the future. I've seen a lot of things that he's installed with us to prepare us for college ball, and I'm loving that.
Connor, what do you like about playing for Coach Munoz?
I've been with him since my freshman year, and honestly, it's just he teaches us perseverance and grit, and I really respect that because, I don't know, like we always give up on games sometimes and we get lazy, and I think he's implemented in us that we really need to focus on that.
So tell me a little bit about your guys' schedule this season. Obviously, I asked it to your teammates over here, but what are some games that each of you are looking forward to this season?
Little Rock Christian is definitely a big game for me. That was last year was my first year, and so that was really a big game that I really got to prove my worth to the team at running back. And for us to take a loss there, it really hurt. So I'm definitely have a chip on my shoulder for that one. And of course, the crosstown rivals, Rogers. That's our last game of the season. I want to prove something this year. So,
Connor, what games are you looking forward to this season?
Yeah, honestly, Rogers. That's the main goal. You know, like we play our 9 games up to them, and we get better and we learn more. And I think that's where it really comes in. Like we really need to show what we have and what we learned, and just do it the best we can to beat them. You know.
What do you guys think is going to make this team different this season from what it's been in the past?
Work ethic for sure. The coaches have done a great job to add more physicality to our everyday training, whether it's in the weight room or just out in the field doing simple routes. It's all the little things that we're practicing on, and we're working to perfect it.
Connor?
Yeah, I agree with that, and I agree with Coach Munoz. You know, we've gained a couple young guys who really want it, and, you know, some of our past years, the guys haven't wanted it that much, you know. And so we're going to go in there, and we have all these guys that actually want to win. And I think that's, like, our biggest motivation.
So tell me a little bit about what your guys' practices look like, just day in and day out, what you guys do on a regular basis to get better, to get prepared for the season.
We started off in the weight room. At least my group does, and we start out with a nice workout. It's high energy. Everybody's hyped. We're not tired in the mornings. It's all good energies, and then we'll go outside and we'll work on our cone drills, work on conditioning for sure, and we're just keeping that high energy throughout practice.
Connor?
I think it's also, like, before practice and after practice, you know. Like, they always make sure that we got to keep ourselves healthy. We have to eat before practice. We have to eat after practice. And we have to drink a lot of water. And, like, I think that's a big important of how you play and how you do even in practice.
Yeah, so you guys are just building good habits, really, that they're going to help translate to the season, is what I'm hearing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell me, what do you guys feel? What do you guys like or feel about playing in such a competitive area? I mean, Northwest Arkansas is a competitive area for football. You have the 7A West. You got Bentonville West, who's good pretty often. You have Fayetteville, who's perennial state championship contenders. You have Bentonville, who's a state championship contender every year. The list goes on. Greenwood is up there as well. So tell me a little bit about what you guys like or how you guys feel playing in Northwest Arkansas.
I love it. I love the constant competition. Every week is different, especially with those great teams. They all have their own style of play. So to be able to have that versatility in the conference, it's really amazing, and it brings me a good challenge.
Connor, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I also think that, it shows who's going to break, and it shows who really wants it. And I think that playing these big teams, and they have a lot of kids, they have a lot of skill, and I think it just teaches us to become better and make us want it even more.
All right. Well, thank you guys for being here today. Is there anything that you want to say before we sign off here about your program?
It's a great program. I really love the culture that's being developed there every day, and I think that it's definitely worth watching.
I think another big takeaway is, we're a family. No one's left out. We all act the same with each other. We're all great friends, and it just comes to being brothers.
All right. Well, that's it for Heritage High School here at the Fayetteville Hometown Sports Media Day. Just want to say thank you guys for coming out today. We really appreciate having you here. But we're going to go to a commercial break now, and we'll be back. West Fork, I believe, is going to come in and be our next team. So we're going to go to a quick break real quick, and then Brad Caldwell should be back to do this interview with West Fork. You're watching the Arkansas Sports Network.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
cheese and crap. It's unbelievable.
It was like they were looking. We were sitting out there and they were looking at it. We're like,
From the hills of northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta, we're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is Hometown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. Hometown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
Hello and welcome back to Hometown Sports Volume 2 Media Days, as we're here now with West Fork and Coach Sheldon McKenzie. Coach, appreciate you joining us here. I know I feel like it's kind of short notice. I'm not sure exactly what it is, to be honest with you, but we're here anyway, and we're glad to have you along.
all right, we appreciate it. We're happy to be here. Looking forward to it.
So tell us a little bit about, this is your first year at West Fork. Tell us about the transition. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if you came from West Fork or you came from somewhere else.
No, I was at Gravett for 7 or 8 years, actually, as an assistant coach there. Moved on last year to closer. All right,
there you go.
Sorry. Moved on last year to I was in Lone Jack, Missouri. I was the head coach at Lone Jack, Missouri, which is a school about 25 minutes outside of Kansas City. We're part of the Kansas City metro area. Was the head coach there. Not a strong football tradition there. Took over a program that was actually on a 23-game losing streak, and we managed to win 2 games. So
nice,
go us! Got two wins in, and then the opportunity to come back to Northwest Arkansas presented itself with West Fork, and so started just exploring that opportunity and talked to my wife about it. And she was on board with getting back to Northwest Arkansas, and so here we are.
Who doesn't want to come to Northwest Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like the thing that everybody does just about. Northwest or Central Arkansas. It's good living up here, you know?
Yeah.
It's a good job. Well, listen, we're excited here to have West Fork. I just want you to tell me a little bit about what you've seen so far since you've gotten to West Fork.
Yeah, it's kind of pretty hectic, when we first got here. So it was a lot of just a whole lot of driving back and forth from up in Kansas City down here and back, and Kansas City and down here and back. And so the assistant, Coach Gresham, was running practice when I wasn't here. He's our defensive coordinator and head junior high coach. And so he was running things for me whenever I wasn't here. And so we were communicating back and forth with him on those days. But I've seen a lot of positive things. There's the kids are excited, and I'm sorry.
That's all right.
The kids are super excited, and we're always asking questions, ready to learn. Really, I think it was just kind of something fresh and new, and everybody was pretty excited about it. And then getting here, and then we're super young football team. I mean, one of the guys I got over here is my only senior is sitting over here on the team. We've got one senior on the football team, and we're pretty sophomore heavy. So we've got about 10 juniors, and then 20-something sophomores. So we're going to be a young football team this year, so we might have to take some lumps with those guys, but it bodes really, really well for us in the future. And we just kind of came down and just did a whole lot of learning during the spring period, and that was the main focus of the spring period, is just learning, install, and going from there.
What do you want the people of West Fork to know about your team and what they're going to see from your team going out on the field?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to play hard. I think that's the number one thing. I had an old coach told me one time that the team is going to take on your personality, whatever that is. So if you're going to be crazy and hectic, the kids are going to be crazy and hectic. If you're going to be calm and focused and do the things that you need to do, the kids are going to be calm and focused, and they're going to do the things that they need to do. So you're probably not going to see me, I'm not going to be the hooting and hollering guy, all on the sideline, but you'll see me get pretty worked up from time to time. And I think just kind of that calm energy is kind of how I like to describe it. But you're going to see a confident football team. You're going to see a team that plays really, really hard, and you're going to see a team that just likes to play football. Like we're gonna respect the game. We're going to respect our opponent. And we're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully, it's going to result in a lot of wins for us.
So you mentioned that you took over a program that had 23 straight losses up there. What was it that you did to help them turn things around?
I think it was just consistency more than anything. It was putting a little bit higher expectation on them than before. I had to have we like to call them come to Jesus meetings. We had a little heart-to-heart, after like our second practice of the summer, getting ready to that fall camp going in. And I was just basically telling them, I was like, guys, I didn't pack my family up to move up here and go 0-10. Like, nobody wants to go 0-10. Going 0-10 sucks. Like, we don't want to do that. And I don't think you guys want to go 0-10 either. And I think, just kind of just showing that, I was there committed and wanted to actually win and get something better than what we wanted to before. Our main goal was to be competitive. I mean, they were losing games 70-0, and there's no mercy rule. Well, there is a mercy rule in Oklahoma or in Missouri, but it's a little bit different than the way the Arkansas one works. But it's, they were just, and it was 70-0 at halftime, and so the main goal was like, we're just going to be competitive. Like, we want to be competitive, and I didn't feel like we were very competitive week one because we were getting, it was something like 38-0 at halftime, and I remember thinking, man, like this isn't going. How I wanted, and one of our superintendent actually walked up and she was like, "Oh, that was a great first half." I was like, "What do you mean it was like we were getting killed?" And she said, "Oh no, Coach, we were losing like 60-0 last year when we played these guys at halftime." And so I was like, "Okay, well, I
marked improvement,
yay for us, I guess." And then, and then the next week celebrating, we were up 7-6 in the first quarter, and everybody was celebrating like we just won the Super Bowl. And I was like, "What in the world? Like, what is going on?" And again, somebody told me, it was like, I think it's the first time we've had a lead in 18 games. And it was just something it was just crazy, just insane stuff. So, I think just, like I said, showing up, being consistent every single day, being the same person every single day helps a lot. Those kids pick up on that. And, we didn't play the blame game. We just, we just went out and tried to play football as best we could.
All right. I want you to tell me who we got coming in, the first two guys.
All right. The first two guys you got coming in are Todd Bowen. He's our lone senior over here. He's our running back, linebacker guy. And then we've got Mr. Robbie Preston. I always want to call him by his younger brother's name because they look like twins to me. He's a junior. He'll be a wide receiver, defensive back for us. So those two guys will be coming in.
Well, let's bring them in. Coach, appreciate you joining us here and appreciate you bringing your team.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right. All right. All right, give me your names once again.
I'm Todd Bowen.
Robbie Preston.
All right. Guys, tell us a little bit about the differences that you're seeing in the program here under Coach McKenzie. You don't have to say good things if you don't need to. Just let us know the truth, okay?
I feel like we're seeing a lot of people actually want to come in, get some work in, where in the past we had some people skipping summer practices, and it just wasn't good for the team morale.
Right.
And right now we got a lot of sophomores coming in, putting in the work, wanting to be there.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of new things.
Bring that up just a little bit there.
Seeing a lot of good stuff from Coach McKenzie.
Yeah.
He's bringing in a lot of new stuff that we've never seen before, and it's really helping us. I'm seeing it in 7-on-7 and in the spring practice that we've been doing.
So give me some examples. Do you have an example that just anything? Is it a team attitude? Is it new scheme? Is it a little bit of both? What makes you excited about playing football for West Fork?
Well, I'm seeing a lot more emphasis on the pass game recently than we were. We were die-hard run last year. So
seeing that ball go through the sky is something that, I heard somebody say one time that basically, losses can be forgiven if you throw passes, but losses cannot be forgiven if you run the ball 100% of the time. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard that. You're the lone senior, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
So we talked to Harbor. Harbor's this is their third coach in 3 years. And one of the things that I asked their seniors, I said, what caused you to stick through all that? What caused you to stay through it?
I just love competing, anything. And with a new coach coming in, give us a little bit new light, new hope, kind of.
Yeah.
We've had a couple rough seasons, but I feel like Coach McKenzie's going to bring it together for us, and we're going to have a better season this year.
Hope. I love it. That's a great word. It's an operative word there. Tell us about your conference. Tell us about the 3A1 a little bit and who you guys match up with.
I'm not real sure, but
Well, I don't have it in front of me. I'm just because these conferences change so much. I know that Greenland's a rivalry. It's got to be. You guys are 2 seconds away from each other. You've got, let's see here, 3A1. I'm drawing a blank here. Hackett, okay. Yes, Hackett's one.
Boonville, Charleston.
No, they play 3A football. Boonville and Charleston, yes. Okay. Those are monsters right there. Those two are. Cedarville, right? There's another one. Mansfield's in it, right?
Lavaca.
So let's take the top three there. You got Boonville, you got Charleston, you got Mansfield. Those three have been deep into the playoffs the last 3 years. Tell us a little bit about playing those types.
Showing up and just wanting to compete against those guys, giving them all we can get. Basically just put a beating on them if we can.
Yeah.
Don't let them get anything easy.
There you
go. They might win every game, but they're going to remember us because we're going to come in there and give it our all.
I like it. What you got?
Can't let them get in our head. We can't go in there thinking we're going to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to try to stay in it, stay with it, stay in it in the fourth quarter, and then take your chances after that. Well, guys, I want you to bring your teammate in. Who are we bringing in here?
Carson Jones.
All right, Carson Jones is going to come and speak with us here, guys. Appreciate you coming on, talking with us here. We're excited about West Fork football. Hey, Carson, if you can get Farmington ready here pretty quick. What time do we have? 1:04. Okay. Trying to keep us on track here. All right, Carson, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much.
So every guy that we bring into this spot here that's the lone gunman sort of way, but you're the one that's supposed to talk. So tell me about what you bring to the team.
What I bring, I just try to bring good effort and being a great teammate, trying to keep everyone up and not let everyone get down. I just like having everyone up and having good energy.
Yeah.
Because it's better because if we get down, then what's going to help? You got to have someone that's going to boost him back up and give him some confidence.
Right. So tell us, what do you play? What position?
I play quarterback.
Quarterback. I thought wearing number 17, a little bit tall like you are. Tell us a little bit about how excited you are to have a little bit of a new philosophy there at West Fork.
I really like it. It's better than having to hand off the ball every time.
Right.
Coach McKenzie is really if we got to run the ball, but we can open up to the pass game too. In the past years, we haven't really got to the pass game.
Yeah, right.
Just die hard, just run.
So are we RPOs? Is that what are we looking at RPOs?
Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Interesting. I like the thought of that. As the quarterback, you talk about keeping good energy, keeping the team in it. You're the leader. Everybody looks to the quarterback as the leader of the team. Tell us a little bit about what responsibility you have as that leader.
I have to make sure everyone knows what they're doing their job and staying to the game and looking at the clock and making sure. So if it's a fast time when they get the ball in the end zone, I got to be on them, telling them, let's go.
Yeah, you got to score points.
Yes, sir.
In today's football, you got to score points, especially like we were talking about with the Boonvilles, the Mansfields, those guys. But, you may not win all those games, but, they take 5 teams to the playoffs in Arkansas, in these classifications except for 2A. And, 3A and 4A, never mind. That not except for. They are the exception. 3 and 4A are, but you get 5 teams in the playoffs. So what would make a successful season at West Fork this year?
At West Fork, mostly just winning because most games we've won really has been 3.
Yeah.
And I think more if we have at least a good 5 winning game season or 6, I think it'd be a good season for us.
I got you. Well, compete. I think that's what Coach McKenzie wants you to do.
Yes, sir.
I think with his pedigree in Kansas City, I think we got a chance to say West Fork will come in and compete.
Yes, sir,
And you know what, Coach? No matter how good the team is, you won't be down 73-0 at half. All right, guys. Hey, thank you, Carson, for joining us. And man, we're ready to go with Farmington. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break. We appreciate you joining us here on the Arkansas Sports Network, HomeTown Sports Volume 2 Media Days. And here in just a few moments, we will have the Farmington Cardinals.
It's so hot, you're going to think my prices look like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
Nothing came easy, but with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot, because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Hills of Northwest Arkansas to the flatlands of the Delta, we're only 53 days away from kickoff of high school football in Arkansas. This is HomeTown Sports Volume 2, only on the Arkansas Sports Network. HomeTown Sports Volume 2 is being brought to you by D3 Auto Sales. Lifted, leveled, and ready to roll. Drive different. By Tyson Foods. Passionate about food, committed to you, feeding the world like family. By Arkansas Tech University. Financial flexibility, academic excellence. Learn more, earn more. And by Metcalf Trucking Company. Arkansas trucking delivered reliably and with integrity.
All right, we're back here with another team. This is the Farmington Cardinals, and Coach Tommy Tice. This is the active leading wins leader in the state of Arkansas for high school football. And so, Coach, it's an honor to have you here with me.
Well, Hey, I'm glad I'm here.
I'm glad you are too. I'm gonna put a personal note here.
Okay.
So, Coach Tommy Tice was the AD at Huntsville while my wife was a coach there, and I have never seen, and I'm not saying this just because you're here, a better athletic director than he was for his coaches, for sure, because he was there and he had their back, and I appreciate that.
Well, I think that's the number one job an AD has.
Yeah.
To do, is protect those coaches and give them the opportunity that they need to have to be good to their players, and also have the opportunity to have the benefits at any school that's in their conference to win ball games.
Yes, sir. And you went back to Huntsville at that time, second stint there, and you did a great job over there. And here you are now. I will tell you, we talked about this last year when I made that phone call and said, hey, I'd like to have you. And I was like, that's a phone call that I didn't expect to have. So I know that you've probably talked about it ad nauseum, but how is it that we got back to Farmington?
Well, it's an interesting trip, I'll tell you. Of course, Farmington's always one of those places that I was interested in. I didn't think that I would ever have the opportunity to get there. But I answered a phone call one day from Bo Thompson, the athletic director, and said they were interested in bringing me to Farmington. I thought he was kidding.
Yeah.
But I'd been thinking about getting back in. And the reason I was thinking about getting back in is because my wife had went back to work.
Sure.
She failed retirement big time. And so she went back to work. So I thought, I spent a lot of time, did some radio there at Harrison, ball games, things like that. Spent a lot of time at the university watching practice. Did some things around Harrison in their football and things like that. And I stayed around it, a lot. And the itch was still there. And when she went back to work, listen, you can only cut that grass, to where you're down there cutting dirt.
Right.
And I did the laundry. I did, I did everything. I had that house in ship shape form. But I knew that I told her, I said, if I'm going to work, I want to go back and do what I love.
And you did, and you did a great job. You took Farmington to the state finals for the first time since 1973.
Well, let's get one thing straight. I didn't take them. They took me.
Well, there you go. I agree with you. It is a player's game.
It is.
Coaches put the players in a position to win, and you've done a lot of that in your career. I think you've hit 300, right? You did last year.
301.
301 last year. And,
thanks to these guys.
Right. You won a big one there in Morrilton, 78-75. In all the years of your coaching, did you ever have you ever had a 78-75 game?
No, I've never had 78 points scored by two teams in one game, let alone 153.
Yeah.
So it was quite a night.
It was quite a night. Of course, we've got Morrilton tomorrow. I'm going to touch on that with them. They might be watching right now.
Here's a good story for you.
Yeah.
Randy McNabb, who is Cody's dad, was my best friend in high school.
Okay.
So I've always been close to the McNabb family.
Right.
Cody grew up in Mountain Home with big rivalry with Harrison.
Sure.
And so we've always kept up with each other, and I've bounced ideas off him, and he's asked me questions about different things, and there we were against each other.
That's awesome. And you got another one coming up this year because you guys are in conference together.
True.
So this has got to be a little bit of a different conversation for me especially, but I want to know the differences that you see in football today and players today and the similarities that you see.
Well, the differences that you see, especially the game is so much faster. And here's the thing. You can't hide a non-athlete anymore.
Yeah.
Whether it be offensive line, defensive line, whatever. In the old days, the game was so confined. And if you had people that fight, you had a chance to win.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that. You've got, holding an opponent to 28 points, you got a good chance to win the ball game.
Yeah.
28 points in the old days, somebody ran away with it.
That's right.
But that's the biggest, thing that's changed that I see. Things that haven't changed, kids haven't changed. They'll give back, what you expect from them. I'm fortunate. All the places I've been, they've worked extremely hard. You know, and one of the big things is their parents never complain about how hard we work them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is, you know, that's good. I love parental support. I am not an advocate of parental involvement. I love parental support.
Yeah.
And there's a place for it.
Sure.
And but that's I'll tell you one thing that has changed that really got my attention. The guys, they'll know about this one. We go to Shiloh and play, and there's a man standing at the 50-yard line with an AR-15. That hadn't ever happened before.
Right.
You know, and that was most interesting. I
Yeah.
thought that really got my attention.
Right.
But that part has changed. I think also, you know, you look at the facilities nowadays and the equipment the players wear.
Yeah.
Things like that. It's all a whole lot better.
Right.
Coaching's better. Coaches, you know, used to you could out-coach somebody in the old days. You're not going to out-coach anybody anymore. You know, everybody's smart and they're up to date. And schools are more involved in their programs of getting their coaches better educated, and things like that. So that doesn't happen anymore. You work your tail off. You look for any little thing that you can find that might help win a ball game. And we, like I tell our coaches and our players, let everybody call us crazy, but never let them call us lazy.
There you go. I like that. I got two things to touch on. Then we got some kids we got to get to here.
Yeah, well, those are the stars.
There you go. The first thing is you talked about facilities. You got a few facilities over there at Farmington, don't
Yes,
you?
we do.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, they built them about 6 years ago. And of course, the stadium's, you know, really, really nice. Super turf field. Everything you could dream of is there. Indoor facility, film room, weight room, dressing rooms. It's just top notch. You know, it's better than a lot of college situations. And that comes from community support. And there's a lot of community support in Farmington for football. Of course, you notice, you know, we played to packed houses every night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and also our TV situation, we'll have over 10 to 12, 13,000 views on that thing every time we play. So the interest in football is there. It always has been. You know, they won back-to-back state championships there in the early 70s. And there's some crazy football fans, and we love playing for them.
Second thing, you talked about parental support. And I'm just going to add something to this because I've learned a little bit of something about football. Any parent that doesn't coach a Pee Wee football team should not have any input at all because you don't really understand football. People think they understand football. And I'm saying this from my perspective as somebody who has coached a Pee Wee football team, and I'm not saying I understand it at all on your level. I just say that football is a very intricate game, and you can't sit and watch football or play Madden and understand how football is played.
Well, that's very true. And you know, football is the number one team sport.
Mm-hmm.
One player can mess up football and ruin the whole thing.
That's right.
None of the other sports are that way.
That's right.
So it is a very unique sport. I think one of the things that makes it unique, of course, is the physicality.
Absolutely.
These players, you know, the bond of these players from having bled together, shed tears together, laughed together, sweated, you know, in 100-degree heat, froze to death in 20-degree weather.
Yep.
I mean, nobody can even begin to chink away that armor of that bond.
That's right.
And no other sport can do that.
That's right. Tell us who you got coming in here.
Coming with me right now is Jaquel Brown. He's our middle linebacker. He's a two-time All-State defensive end, but we moved him middle linebacker this year. We're excited to see what he can do there.
Okay.
Jackson Seward, offensive and defensive lineman, one of the best athletes. He can run. He also tells me he can throw it, and I've seen it. we're going to kind of hold off on that, you know, for now. But we're trying to work something
Hey,
out.
you know, I guess what was it? Bielema back in 15 let Tretola throw the ball. So
we kind of got that in our mind.
Okay.
You know, because he is that good an athlete.
I love
he
it.
really is.
All right. Well,
and I think he squatted a Volkswagen, something like that. Yeah.
all right. Well, let's bring him in here, Coach. Appreciate your time, man.
Absolutely.
Come on in here, guys. Man, You guys have quite a coach, I will tell you.
Yes, sir.
You got quite a coach. You're the defense for Farmington, the defensive part of this thing anyway. We talked about that 78-75 game. I know that's got to sting a little bit here. Tell us a little bit about the Farmington defense this year and what you guys expect out of it.
I feel like our bond and our work ethic has gotten much better this year. I think we're going to be pretty good. We're going to be real good.
We're just expecting to be dominant over the top. We're just we're coming through and ready to smack everybody we come through. Like, we're so hot right now during the summer. Everybody's running to the ball, heated up, and ready to just play during Wednesdays. Those team camps, we're fired up.
Tell you what, football's an interesting game because it ends, no matter how far you go, it ends in December. And then you've got to wait 7 months to start it again. So by the time you get back to it, you're hungry. You're ready to play again. And I can definitely tell that you guys are ready for that. Are y'all ready to go?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about playing for Coach Tice. What's that like?
He's a great leader. He brings people together. He really, he finds the people that are best person for the job.
Yeah.
And he just great leader.
Playing for Coach Tice has been way different. We have honestly came together as a team and just found each other's bonds, trying to communicate with each other, trying to get this better outside of football and doing more stuff together.
5A West ain't no joke, guys. It's a good conference, and you got a lot of good teams in it. Tell us a little bit about playing in your conference and what it's like. I know one thing about this conference. It's got to be the longest drives of any conference in the state. I mean, you got to go all the way to Central Arkansas to play conference foes. But tell us a little bit about playing in the 5A West.
I mean, it's a fight every night. We come ready to play, and just teams are together. We're ready to go.
Playing in our 5 West Conference, we're always underdogs. So we're always just ready to come prepared. Every week we come ready.
So you are a defensive end moving to middle linebacker. Tell us a little bit about that move.
I believe the move is the best thing for our team. As a person, just moving to the middle linebacker position is just helping.
The speed from his.
Yeah. What about you here? Defensive line. That's a rough and tumble position. I mean, it is not for the faint of heart. Offensive and defensive line. And one of the things that I know now, again, with my little experience that I have, is if you don't have an offensive line and you don't have a defensive line, you don't have a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Everything starts from the offense and defensive line. I mean, we got great linebackers and a great quarterback to back us up, but if the O-line's off, the whole night's off. So we try to stay locked in.
All right, guys, we got 4 more guys we got to get in here. So tell me, what would make a successful season for the Farmington Cardinals this year?
Winning the state championship.
Winning it all at the end.
All right, guys, let's bring the other 2 guys in here. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You 2 get on deck here. All right, tell us who you are and what you play.
My name is Dawson Keaton. I play receiver.
Okay.
My name is Leighton Mitchell. I play left tackle.
All right, no doubt about that. You're an offensive lineman, just that build. All right, so you play wide receiver a little bit. Tell us about the offense that you guys play in.
We run a 2-back set. I think it's a very electric offense because, you can do anything out of it. You can split them out. You can keep them in, run game. It's all good.
Yeah. Tell us about catching a few passes. I mean, I know as a wide receiver you got to catch a few, right?
Oh, it's easy when it's in the bucket every time from Mr. Lester over here.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. So, tell us a little bit. I've asked these guys. I'll ask you. Tell me a little bit about playing for Coach Tice. What's it like to you?
He's just a great coach. He brings everyone together. We're like a family. Like before, I felt like we had struggles with not being a family, not being a team, but he just really made us a family.
What about you?
I feel like he really brought us together, like he said. I feel like before Coach Tice came in, it felt more like a job more than an actual fun thing to do with football. But when Coach Tice came in, it was actually like whoa, I actually enjoy the sport again. I don't feel like I'm going to a 9 to 5. I feel like I'm actually going to enjoy the sport again.
And tell us what it's like to play for a coach that they had a movie about him. What was that like?
I mean, I've watched it a couple times,
Right.
to say the least. It's just it's weird kind of seeing that. You know, I don't see him as a famous person. I see him as, my football coach. I see him as the coach I come in to see every day, say hi to. We have a quick conversation. I don't see him as, it's the Tommy Tice. This is the best coach in Arkansas. I see him as, this is my high school coach. This is the father to my second home.
There you go. I like that. Father to my second home. I like that. That's a really good way of looking at that. And and I know he's here, so it's hard to talk about somebody like this when they're right here in front of you. But you're playing for a guy that 300 wins. I guess he's third. I don't know for sure. He's third, right up at the top when it comes to wins in a career. Just a living legend in a lot of ways. And I know that, again, when you're sitting here talking about somebody, it's hard to say those things and kind of realize what you're doing because, again, to him and to you, he's just coach.
Yeah.
Right? He's just coach. And so tell us what it'll be. What's a successful season for the Farmington Cardinals this year?
It's got to be the ring on the finger at the end of the year.
Let me go back to that a little bit. What was it like? I mean, you guys made it all the way to the state championship, and then you ran into a monster. I mean, Parkview was a monster. There's no doubt about that. They've been a monster now for several years. You ran into that. How do you get past that? Because sometimes teams have a hangover from losing that. See it in the NFL a lot. Team gets all the way to the Super Bowl and they lose at the end, and then the next year is a little bit down. How do you get past all that?
I think we're already past it. Just with hard work and dedication, we come to practice every day. We don't complain. We just go out there and hard work every single day, days on and days in.
I feel like after that loss, it was a tough ride home. That's for sure. It was hung heads. It was, man, this was it for our seniors. This was their last game. But I feel like we had to look at the bright side of it was the fact that we actually went to the state championship.
Yep.
We've done something that hasn't been done in Farmington history and feels like forever.
Right.
Like we brought a team from the dust up to almost to the gold standard.
Right.
So it was just kind of it was unfortunate, definitely to say the least, but it was also kind of glorifying to know we had that chance, that potential to go again, especially we're going to go again this year.
73 is a long time ago, guys. I mean, that was before I was born. So that's how long that was. Anyway, let's bring the next two in. Look at him. He kind of looks like, what are you talking about? That is true. 8 years before I was born. It was 1973. I love it. I love it. All right. Tell us who you are, what you play.
I'm Aiden Lester, and I play quarterback.
All right.
I'm Ian Shadden, and I play punter.
All right, so we got a kicker in here. He told us about it. So I'm going to start with you, man, because I'm going to tell you, we're going all over the state. And I would say that you're not going to have too many punters that are going to come in here and talk with us. So tell us, why are you here?
Just the coach and team support. Positive players.
Well, you got to bring something to the table or you wouldn't be here. So tell us what you bring to the table.
If our offense can't get in or get out of a bind, I can get them out of that bind.
Yeah.
Flips the field better than anybody.
Okay, so he's good. He's good at what he does, apparently, or he wouldn't be here. So, I mean, really, a punter is very important. Huh? Yeah. So a punter is very important when you need a guy to come in and flip the field, as he said, or pin them back. Sure. In those 78, 75 games, you probably ain't playing too much, but it might be one key kick that changes the ball game. All right, Mr. Quarterback here, they tell me that you can throw it into buckets. What's that like?
It's easy to throw to receivers that catch everything.
Man, I love y'all's attitude. Y'all have got a good attitude about, being humble. I like that. I mean, look, it's good to be humble. It really is. But at the same time, you guys have obviously done something good, or you wouldn't be in the position you're in. As Coach said, while coaches do put you in position and they teach you the right techniques and they teach you how to execute, it's up to you to execute. And you, being the quarterback, probably as important a piece as it is when it comes to execution on Friday nights.
Yes, sir. Well, honestly, I'd say the offensive line's more important than me. I don't have time to do anything without them blocking, and then I throw the ball, the receiver has to make a play. Like, if I make a bad throw, I know Dawson's going to go make a play on the ball. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. The offensive line is very important. You got to have physicality right there at the offensive line, or you really don't have anything. Tell us a little bit about last year. You were the quarterback in the state championship game last year.
Yes, sir.
So Parkview, when you guys played them, they had to be the fastest team you've ever seen.
Oh, for sure. I've been probably say that I'd outran guys all year, and I didn't outrun anybody against Parkview.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
their
different.
defensive tackles were faster than I was.
Yeah, it's different. It's different. But you know what? It's a new year.
Yes, sir.
It's a new year, and everybody changes. Everything changes. Parkview has changed. And so there's going to be, a lot of eyes on Farmington this year. A lot of eyes on you guys, bringing back what you do, and looking at you guys as a possibility to maybe hold that trophy up. What would it mean for you guys to be able to hold that trophy up at the end of the year?
I mean, it mean everything. I mean, just to bring the town a trophy, they haven't had one in football in 50-something years, 60 years. So it just mean everything to us and to all the seniors to bring back a trophy.
And I think it just set the standard for the coming years, and it just make all the fans happy, make us happy, pleased.
Sure.
Great memory.
Well, now listen, I know that you guys do bring home trophies. I mean, girls basketball, softball, baseball. I mean, I know that there's some trophies in that trophy case. There ain't too many football trophies in that trophy case. So, and people can say what they want to say. And listen, I'm a fan of it all. I'm a fan of basketball. I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of baseball. I'm a fan of it all. But in this state, there ain't nothing more than bringing that football trophy home. I'm telling you, that's what people want to see. Guys, I appreciate Farmington for coming in here today, and appreciate all of y'all. Appreciate you, Coach, for bringing your team in. What do we have here? I don't even know. I don't have a computer in front of me. We got a break? Okay, we got a break. So, guys, we appreciate you joining us here on Hometown Sports, Volume 2, Arkansas Sports Network Media Days. We are going to take a break. Hang in there with us. We'll be back shortly with more right here live from Fayetteville.
like a mirage. Wrong. The prices on these trucks are the lowest prices ever. My trucks look different. Drink plenty of water and wipe your eyes. You're not going to believe these prices. Go to D3 Auto Sales on Facebook right now.
Nothing came easy, but with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot, because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment, because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
And we're back here at the Hometown Sports Volume 2 Media Days. Appreciate you joining us. Man, what a day we've had, Carson. It has been, well, like I said, it's been like drinking from a fire hose. It's been just one coach right after another since 10 o'clock. I feel like we found out a lot of good things. You know, again, it's what's cool about this time is that everybody hasn't lost a game. And there's a lot of optimism that comes in here, but that's great. That's what you want. You know, obviously, every one of these teams not going to win every game. Some of them might not win that many, but the belief that they have now, it's a good feeling to have.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of coaches who have won a lot of games here today. We started off with 3 state champions. I'm sure Coach Dannenhauer has won one as an assistant at Bentonville at some point. He was there for a while. We started out the day with Coach Casey Dick, state champion at Fayetteville and former Razorback. Then, of course, we went to Coach Dannenhauer, former Tulsa Hurricane football player. And then we went to Coach Josh Jones, won a state championship at Magazine. And then we went to Coach Ricky May, won a state championship at Charleston. So we have Coach Tommy Tice comes in, and he's won a lot of football games, one of the most football games in the state. And so, you know, we've just got – I'm very excited for the rest of the day. I'm very excited about what we've got going tomorrow. We've got a full day tomorrow, and so it's going to be great. I mean, just being able to talk and pick some of the best football minds in the state is just incredible. And then getting to talk to some of these players and hear what they think about them and learning about what goes into these programs. I mean, you get so many different perspectives, and so many teams do it differently, and then – you know, just getting to present this to the fans who want to see what's going on, or the parents who want to see what's going on with their kids, and giving them a chance to do something like this. It's just, you know, you get all kinds of different people coming in. It's just great. You know, it's just great.
It's been a good day so far. And number one, let's say this: if you like what you've seen so far, you'd like to sponsor, hey, give us a shout. You know, arsportsnet@gmail.com. Or you can message us on Facebook. Hey, I'd like to be a part of what you're doing here at the Arkansas Sports Network. We're all for that. I wish we had a graphic for this, but last year on live stream games, we were over 600,000 views on live stream games. Every year that we've done this, our live stream numbers have went that much higher. So we would love to have you to be a part of what we're doing. We can get your message out. We want to say thanks to our sponsors, D3 Auto Sales, who sponsors the MVP. We're going to talk to them tomorrow there at the Media Day in Little Rock. Coach Randy Pickrell is going to be with us tomorrow, talking a little bit about what's going on there at D3, along with just talking ball, because Randy likes to talk ball for sure. He's a big-time high school football fan. We're going to talk about revamping the MVP a little bit as well as we go forward with it. And we appreciate D3 Auto Sales for being a part of that. ATU, appreciate them. They've been with us from the get-go. Tyson as well. They're right there with us. And then a new sponsor that we got with Metcalf Trucking. Appreciate them for being a part. So what we're going to do, we've got the 4A1. If you're a 4A1 fan, you're going to like the last session that we have here, and I don't know what order it is. Elkins, Gravett, Gentry. Those three. We've got those three coming up at the very end of this thing, and that is what we've got for the rest of the day here. Tomorrow, I'd like to remind you again, Little Rock's going to be full of great coaches tomorrow. Brad Boulding, one of them. There's I can't even tell you.
Reggie Swinton will be there.
Yeah, Coach Phil Vega of Dardanelle.
Yep.
Brian Rust of Pottsville. England will be there. Clarendon will be there. Carlisle will be there. Desark will be there. There's going to be all kinds of from big to small. Little Rock Southwest, Little Rock Central, they'll all be there. Big, small, it doesn't matter. We've got tons of action for you tomorrow. If you're not checking in on this, we're going to be at different spots throughout the state all week long, and we're going to round this thing out at Clinton on Friday. So we want to say just make sure you're tuning in to the Arkansas Sports Network, and we want you to subscribe to us, and you probably need to go ahead and subscribe to Arkansas Sports Network High School, also on YouTube as well. So with that being said, guys, we appreciate you joining us. We're going to close this one down. We'll come back at around 2:20 for the final session here on the Hometown Sports Volume 2 Arkansas Sports Network Media Days.